Ahoy, mateys! Avast ahoy and g'day once again to ye mateys. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of your life, I be your DM, Josh the Pirate, and it brings me more satisfaction than playing the first Homeworld game released in 20 years. I don't care what you say, Desert for Karak doesn't count, because it doesn't have an active pause feature on launch, and therefore it doesn't count, to welcome you back to Corsair's Cove, and me Humblewood world, for some more of Midnight and Madness. With me, I have me hearty crew. Best appreciated after midnight, it's Jack O'Brien. And far from the maddening crowd, it's Karen Schlink. And, yeah, there you go. So let's talk about these lovely fuckers, shall we? But before we do, we need to say thank you to Dangudra, Tony, and Terrace for your subs, you bloody champions. Good on you guys. And we're so freaking, we're 7% away from a hype train, and that is pretty freaking cool. So hey Dak, how are we all? Guys, Jack, who the absolute heck are you?
Hello, everybody. My name is Jack, and I'm very excited to be back. It's been a minute, and it's lovely to see all of your usernames in the chat again. I'm a professional GM. You can find me at dungeonmasterforhire.com.au, and you can find me on all the social media garbage and on Twitch at Jack Squarepeg, where we did a very well-received first part of a modern-day Call of Cthulhu one-shot, and on June 6th will be the premiere of my long-awaited, by 3 people, but maybe more eventually. Yeah, there you go, 3, yeah. No, there's more in the cast than that. The long-awaited Trouble Over Yonder, a Call of Cthulhu cowboy pulp Cthulhu show. So basically think Big Trouble in Little China meets John Carpenter's The Thing meets Last Train to Yuma, and you get a good vibe, right? So with that in mind, thank you for having me, and I'm excited to be here.
And congratulations, you bloody champion, for 200 followers as well, Jack.
That's right. We cracked it.
I mean, you cracked it, absolutely.
Yeah, we did. At the same time, we got our first hype train too. Yes. What? Speaking of which,
hype train.
Yay, hype train.
Thanks very much, you splendid beans in the chat. Terrace, LAB, the Lawrite, I see you there. I see you. You glorious folks. You Watchful Wizard as well. All the love. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hi, I'm Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunnies. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict. Most weeks I can be found here on Tuesday nights playing Baldur's Gate 3 and alternating between the all-powerful god of murdering people and a screaming pile of panic because I've accidentally triggered a fight that's too big and we're all gonna die. There is no middle ground.
Pretty much.
That's very D&D. Yeah.
That's Baldur's Gate as well. Yeah.
I accidentally blew up an entire area once. Didn't mean to do that. Turns out the grease went a lot further than I thought it did.
Or just touched other things.
You sound like a politician trying to cover up their misdeeds. Just like the grease went further than I thought it did with Miss Lewinsky.
Wow, with Miss Lewinsky. Nyoken, thank you very much for the follow as well, you bloody champion. Avast, matey, right. You wee scallywag. I think it was the pseudo barrelmancer you did on the kobolds at the observatory or whatever they were. I made 40 of these this morning. Made 40 of what?
Cherry and chocolate
ganache tarts. Don't call my wife a ganache tart. Mateys, I've been Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG games with my lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends. We don't just do D&D here. We do other things like Major Magica, and of course possibly the finest TTRPG game ever created ever, and I'm strongly recommending it here, Jason Statham's Great Vacation. It is just top tier TTRPG stuff all the time, and Ganache tart does sound more fancy than a regular tart. Hey, Ellie B, lovely to see you, my dear.
I'd also like to add that since playing Jason Statham's Great Vacation, the number of Jason Statham movies I have chosen to watch has dramatically increased.
He is a true artist of our times, and I will hear nothing said against him.
You go into it, you know what you're going to get, and sometimes you even get it better. Like he's kicking people off jetties into the wake of giant sharks, and it's amazing.
That's what you want.
Yep.
I'm
here for it.
I need to get access to Karen's Amazon because I need to see the Meg 2. That
The
masterpiece.
Trench.
The Trench, yes. Guys, we have a few things to spruik. We have, I must remind our charming, generous, and possibly even delightful audience to please like, follow, and subscribe to all the things, you bloody champions. We have all the exclamation mark socials. We have a YouTube where you can find all the episodes you may have missed, all 153 previous episodes of Humblewood in this setting including 75 of which feature Trish Caper. I know, right? It's insane. And 60 feature Karen Schlink and Kesh Glitterweave. Hobbs and Shaw was really good. Take on reluctant body movie.
It was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was.
I pay that. Josh is on Netflix. Is it? Well, that doesn't help. Because I would have to watch it on my iPad. Because it's the only thing that can access my mum and dad's Netflix account. Because it's really old. Karen, could you tell us about the Ukraine, please?
I can. You may have heard about the situation in Ukraine the last few years. It could be likened to a complete shit show. And that's caused a large number of refugees to need support. So if you are in a position to do so, there is a link in chat for the Emergency Action Appeal. You can go over there and chuck a donation to the charity or not-for-profit of your choice, or you can generally donate to the cause. And all of that money will go to support Ukrainian refugees, of which there are sadly many. So if you can, please do so, and we will be grateful.
We absolutely would. I don't know why that's happened. There we go. Let's cut that. There we go. It's a bit better. Right.
He's
And
muttering and clicking things. Should we be
I was
worried?
just fixing a tiny detail on the overlay. A hype train has been successfully completed. Guys, thank you so freaking much. We feel very blessed and supported, you bloody champions. It's a lovely way to start the stream. So, in view of that, you excellent individuals, we have a giveaway going on this evening. So please feel free to type !ticket in chat to go into the draw to win a $10 Troll Lord Games voucher for their online store, because we are affiliated with a couple of rather splendid groups of beings. Troll Lord Game being the first one. So Troll Lord Games are a TTRPG community, and they have their own store as well. They run the Castles and Crusade system over at their Twitch channel, Troll Lord Games, yes, they are also just massive supporters of the online TTRPG space. So head on over to their trolllordgames.com to check out all of their wonderful stuff. They have some of the last works of Gary Gygax up there, of course, our Lord and TTRPG savior himself. Yeah, you can get most things on their website in PDF for under the $10 mark. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So yeah, ticket in chat. And we are also affiliated with Wooten Forge, who create some of the world's finest handcrafted wooden tabletop accessories, like this gorgeous Jarrah Dice Keeper here. Karen's got one as well that is a little... Yours is different, isn't it? You're not...
Yes,
oh, don't worry, you're not rolling in it today, don't worry. Karen's
I don't know.
Shia?
I've tidied my
What was
desk.
that?
I know exactly where it is.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what it is?
Oh, you got the little name on it.
Oh, yeah. They laser engrave it for you. Mine's got...
Yeah, I just haven't
mine's
seen
got
it before.
Josh the Pirate in the corner.
Yeah.
And it is
Yeah,
an
I
excellent
tidied my
place.
desk. So this now has all my dice with animals in it.
Oh.
So we got bunnies, we got jellyfish, and we've got little clownfish. Oh no, sorry, koi. These are the koi ones.
Oh, I got you the koi ones, yes.
Yeah.
Wow, you've
That
got
is
a lot of those.
that is so on point. I love that. That is very you, and I love that for you.
Oh, well, Tony, I hope it's all okay, and no, there is no cause for concern. What else was I going to say? We also have a Discord if you guys want to come and hang out with us there. The Court of Dis, where you can ask any questions you may have of the cast and chat generally. We also have a very active Pictures of Pets channel, where occasionally children end up as well, and we're not sure exactly why, but they are very cute.
Hairless bastards.
Actually, this kid had quite a mop of hair. So, guys, what, Jack, I suppose, what happened last time to Smoothie? Can you do this? Because if not, I can. I watched it yesterday.
No. Let's limp through. It's fine. I've got, yeah, okay. Okay, so,
Hey, Crunchy.
well, long story short, the group had a tier 4 farewell. There was a big showdown between the party and the werewolves, and through
We're prowlers. Hashtag not werewolves. I'm sorry, carry on.
We're prowlers.
Thank you.
Those people, we through ingenuity and teamwork, we managed to not only deal with them quite handily, but also keep a lot of people from being needlessly taken down. After that, there was a fair few kidnapped people from the Humblewood, and there was a conversation where essentially at the time it seemed like the fellowship was breaking to a degree. There was conversations between everyone, and everyone had different business. Trish gave Smoothie her blessing when he admitted that he wasn't sure if he left he would be able to return. And Selenox gave a parting gift of a scarf, which she told him was from someone very special. And upon that, they parted. Selenox and Trish one way, Esmeralda and Van Richten another, and Smoothie with the Humblewood children back to, I won't say a sense of normalcy, but at least home. And from there, the decision is yet to be made about what to do next, because there's quite a few questions that our young bat boy has for his god that he doesn't even know how to vocalize yet. But that's where we left it.
Very well. So this is actually, we don't need a recap from Karen, because the last thing that happened to Karen was the last thing that happened to Karen on stream, as far as this canon is concerned, is actually about a season ago. We're jumping back in time because the gangs are now a little out of sync, because Kesh and her lot have had a 4-month time period jump. Where Julio went and had a bit of a micro adventure of his own, and Kesh did a whole bunch of bureaucracy crap. So we are jumping into this 3 months into that 4-month time skip. Julio is in S.P.E.A.R, or it's probably sailing back from S.P.E.A.R at this point, and Eric is actually in Ash Barrow. So neither of them are in the Alderheart right now. Kesh is there on her own. Not that she's on her own. She's heading up a whole section of the military, so she's very much not on her own. But beyond that, there is nothing of particular note. This is 3 months after Kesh and the gang stopped an attempt to overthrow the government of the Alderheart, and therefore the Humblewood itself. So, mateys, may your dance sermons go over well to listening lycanthropes, and all your side missions involve recruitable allies, as we head, tremulously at first, and then with mounting anxiety and dread, into Barovia. So we return to Barovia, but only very briefly. Smoothie, the nearest crossing point to the wood, would be about a 2-day walk away. And with the half dozen kids that you now have with you, they range in age from 4 to 11. The oldest being a quite serious raptor girl named Josie. Before you leave, big question, do you cure Trish of her lycanthropy?
I don't see a reason why he wouldn't, if you knew about it.
I was just checking. She had told you. She did come clean. And it was... She had 8 days or thereabouts, and there's no guarantee you'll be back in 8 days.
What spell would be required to do that?
Major... Greater, that's the one. Yeah, greater restoration.
Right, so the answer to that is I would, but I can't do it today, because I've used my 5th level for the day.
Oh, this was you having a long rest, and...
After a long rest, then
yes,
sure.
Yeah. Just checking, basically, that you were going to do that. Otherwise, interesting things would happen to Trish. Cool.
Smoothie's vindictive streak.
Halfway across the mountain, Trish is heading to Kresk, and then Smoothie goes, oh, wait, I was going to... Oh, dear.
Whoops. Yeah.
It'll be fine. She's going to Kresk, and there's definitely a Celestial there that could probably fix her up. He's only very insane. What does it look like when Smoothie casts that spell? Because I don't think we've actually seen you do it.
Greater restoration, yeah. Well, for one thing, I think it requires diamond dust, so I'm going to have to mark that down. Okay. Well, it's been a moment, but I remember the thematics generally being sort of silvery, sort of spidery, webby, dewy stuff. So what I sort of imagine, in this case, is you will probably see him sort of set it up kind of like a spider's web of sorts around, like right over her chest. And then you would probably hear it first, this big loud howling. Then you literally see a woven spirit being, depending on Josh's point of view, either dragged out or willingly sort of being drawn out of the body. But either way, sort of... powering through this sort of web, hexagonal shape, and just waiting, concentrating. Then you hear that, and then
love it. Yeah, you draw it out, and you hold within your hands very briefly the living spirit of a lycanthropic version of Trish Caper. Before you press your hands down around it, and it disappears. And I imagine Trish's response to it is horror and then gratitude as she sees you do that. Sees it there, and she can see what she would look like. She knows very briefly exactly how powerful she would be, and then you clamp your hands down on it before she can even reconsider her position on the whole thing. Cool. A short while later, there is a knock on the door of the warehouse that you are in, just before you guys are sort of getting ready to head off. And the opening, it reveals Erwin Martikov, the owner of the local inn that you know to be a were-raven, beaming at you, because this, of course, is Valakai, and everyone is very, very happy here. Another beautiful day in charming Valakai, is it not, my friends? Please, may I enter?
Yes.
He comes in, closes the door behind him. I heard last night there was something of an issue in the woods up near my tavern.
Not something you need to worry about anymore, but yeah, it was taken care of. Right, Gets?
No, and this is why I was asking. I assumed you guys, firstly, had something to do with it, and second, did not need my assistance. But I have...
I didn't realize that was on the table, but good to know.
I have assistance to offer now.
Okay.
You are, these are your charges, yes?
Yeah.
What plans do you have for them?
Well, I'm gonna have to find a totem because they're from the wood.
Ah,
I can get them across because they don't belong here. Actually, that's a interesting thing, Josh, because I seem to remember that Smoothie tried to do something right at the beginning, and Selenox was a Humblewood resident
yeah,
and tried to pop her out in thanks for doing what she did,
yep,
and it didn't work.
yep.
So that because Jack just remembered that his face would probably get a little frowny as well. He's like,
If Strahd
accept it.
doesn't want them leaving, they won't be able to. In fact,
Right,
Erwin
that's
would
the
say
trick.
this.
Okay.
If Strahd does not want them leaving, they won't be able to. But your friend Selenox is one thing. A group of small children. There is few good things one can say about Strahd, but his taste for children doesn't tend to run that way. He likes toying with the bigger pieces of food. So, if you are
But
wanting
to answer your question, totem is what I'm looking for next.
a totem, you don't have any way to get in or out.
I have a way to get in and out, but think of it like a key to a door.
Oh,
I know how to open the
I
door. I
am.
don't have the key.
You don't have one at all, right? Um, I am in possession of one.
You didn't
Vistani,
strike me as Vistani.
I'm not, but your people are traders as well as anything else, and they will offer the most strange things as trade. I know what one is when I look at one. And a Vistana in need of drink will give over many strange items. One came across my path
Yeah.
a few years ago. I only have the one, I'm afraid, so I can get you there, but not back. You will have to find your own way.
Problem for another day.
But I can also offer a cart for the easy transport of children.
I hate to ask this, sir, but what's the catch? What do you need?
You are good people, doing good things. I am here to offer friendship and an alliance. There is no catch. I have seen your
J-
work. You stand against Strahd and those that follow him. Me and mine do the same.
You and yours?
Yes. That one, he knows the truth. And he sort of nods at Van Richten. He says, I do?
Okay.
Oh, yes, I do. Yes, the Martikovs are were-ravens, the lot of them. At least this was my suspicion. Thank you for confirming it. So, there are many of us around Barovia, and we would help. We have an information gathering service second to none.
I hear ravens all the time. That was you guys?
Not always, but you do hear ravens all the time.
Okay, that explains how
There are
you know
many
so much.
ravens in Barovia, and I can speak to them.
Okay. So now that we know that, should we like greet in a certain way to check who's who? It doesn't matter.
There is no need. Most of the time, you'll be simply waving at a raven.
That's fine. Ravens are nice.
They are now to you. So, I don't want to take up too much of your morning, but if you bring the little ones over, we will provide you with rations for a few days' travel and a cart in which to take it all. Payment for a good deed well done, I think.
Jack trusts this guy, but I think Smoothie would do an inside check.
Very well. Yep.
Yep.
Van Richten, if it helps him at all, is going. Sounds lovely. Sounds very reasonable. That's jolly good of you. But that probably doesn't help at all.
It's not that he doesn't trust him. It's more just very few things in his experience don't come without a catch. So he's just kind of waiting for the penny to drop. Not because he thinks that the guy might be vindictive, but simply because this is not exactly a place of bounty.
Yeah.
So like struggling to survive and all that shit.
With a 22, the suspicious part of your brain goes, if they stand against Strahd and have done for ages, well, they haven't done very much. So if they're wanting to help you, you'll still be doing the heavy lifting. You will be on the spiky end of this assault, of this alliance. But that doesn't mean it's not offered in good faith.
He will do his best, which I imagine would not be particularly well, to hide his sort of disappointment in himself, because he still does not know what he's going to do once he's reached the wood, as per the last conversation he had with the party. So he will, I think, to be honest, he would probably just, because Van Richten's doing a fair amount of talking, let him sort of do the transaction, so to speak, and just look humble and grateful and do the part of the, just look suitably grateful, which he is, but try to hide his inner conflict.
The Erwin would. I'm going to save this interaction for next week, but he does look at Trish and raise an eyebrow, and then talks to Van Richten in hushed tones. For a little while his daughter brings around a cart. I'm going to just expedite this. Smoothie gets the kids, puts them on the cart, goes.
Easy.
He actually went and checked the place out himself. His people know of the cave. Getting to the crossing point with a cart takes a little over a day. The one you are heading for, will actually accommodate a cart, so it's not going to be you have to leave it here. The road is quiet, and the children speak little, but they do seem cheerful, and after food is provided regularly, most are content and trusting.
Okay.
As you pull into the misty forest, the trees and fog close in around you. Ahead you see a trio of standing stones, one balanced upon the other two, forming a rudimentary door just wide enough for the cart, all of them inscribed with the swirling runes of the Vistani language. Can you please roll me perception?
Sight?
No, it could be hearing.
Okay. 18.
18. Oof. The horse pulling the wagon goes oddly still as you sort of pull up. You pull up and stop before this occurs, and as you're getting down, just sort of getting ready to use the totem to get through. The horse, you notice, goes a little, unusually still. Its tail flicking being the only sign of agitation.
Who's with me? Just me and the kids?
Just you and the kids.
Okay. In my head, I imagine some sort of tarpaulin to protect from the rain.
Yep.
I'm going to say, get under, pull it over now.
They do.
I'll speak to the older kid and I assume that the older kid has
Josie,
seniority. I talk to them and go, you deal with that.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stand out and look around.
You do. As you do that, Hello there, my most entertaining friend. I came to wish you a safe journey. And walking out from behind the gate, a handsome Terran in a regal red suit, fur-lined cloak, and big and thick black boots, strides, smiling. I came to wish you well on your journey. Have no fear, I will not try to stop you.
Okay.
I have an offer for you. I will even speed you on your way. I'll open the gate for you myself. You can take all of these little ones home to their families. Glorious hero you are.
He would be paralyzed. This is his first time meeting him. He would be rooted to the spot. This is different to his imagination. He's imagined this encounter so many times, and now he is stuck like he belongs like a tree in the ground. Just so he, as far as the offer and anything else, I don't think he has the capacity to respond at this moment.
Interesting. Your friend Selenox was far more verbose when we first met. He is sort of walking in the manner of a cat prowling. He's keeping his distance from you, like he doesn't want to provoke you. And he walks to the horse and sort of pats it on the head. The horse obeys him, but is clearly distressed. Like, the horse does not rear back or get angry, but the tail flicks even more. The ears are flicking too. Like, clearly just a not happy horse. The children in the cart have gone completely quiet and still. In fact, Smoothie, I would tell you for free, their breathing has slowed.
What do you want?
I make you a deal. I open the door for you, and you need only do one thing for me. Something you have even done before.
He doesn't respond, but he's listening.
You have only need to drink. And from nowhere, he pulls out a golden goblet with rubies studding the base. The fluid within it is, probably quite unsurprisingly, a deep red.
The offer was to open the door if I drink. Is that right?
He will allow you to leave, and he'll even open the door. He'll allow you to take the children with you when you leave and open the door, is the implication.
I can open it myself. Thank you.
But can you get back?
I don't know if I want to. I don't think I'll be a problem for you much longer.
Very well. Best of luck in the Humblewood, then. I hear it's lovely there this time of year.
I'm allowed to go?
You most certainly are. I would never stand in the way of a Vistana.
I'm gonna make a con save on his part to see if he has the balls to say anything, to be honest with you. Oh, not bad. 21. Okay.
Wow, okay.
Alright. So he would simply say, I suppose, well, is Strahd just watching him go, or what's the vibe?
He is patting the horse's mane and holding out a goblet. Well, not sort of holding out, just sort of cupping, cradling a goblet of red fluid with his other hand, and just sort of watching, a soft smile on his face. And yes, Strahd is a bat, Terrace. He is a Terran.
Yeah, Terran,
This
yeah.
is two Terrans in a forest chatting to each other.
And a mysterious goblet of red liquid.
I'm just gonna press a button in a fridge. Have a think.
For those of
No,
you who
no.
missed the fridge situation, the fridge, well, technically the problem is with the freezer, and until we get it fixed, it starts beeping at us once every 10 hours until you press a button.
Right.
Fun. Yeah, we're enjoying
He
that.
would say, may I ask a question?
Of course. I have wanted to have a chat with you for so long. That's why the children are being quiet. They give the adults their peace. What do you want to know, my young, smooth friend?
What is that?
Blood, of course.
I've drunk that before.
You consume blood with almost every meal, do you not? But yes, you are meaning person blood. Yes, you have, many times.
Why do you want me to drink that?
To remind you of the taste. Something from your childhood.
Well,
A gift. From your mother. There was much your grandfather kept from you. Who you are. Or who you were. It's not who you have chosen to be. But one can never really escape what one was born as.
who?
If you're wondering the source...
Were you?
Sorry?
Okay, no, go ahead. Finish what you're going to say.
No, I would prefer actually your question.
Who were you meant to be?
A king. I am the eldest son of King Baroth. I named this whole valley for him when I conquered it. I was his leader, his general.
How is your dad?
Sorry, Josh didn't hear that.
How is your dad?
Dead many centuries ago.
And your mom?
Likewise, unfortunately. She perished shortly after. Though this is not
Are
surprising.
you lonely?
Lonely. In a way, yes. I get to talk to so few interesting people that are not directly under my thrall. It's why I value you and your friends so much. Zelenox always makes for most vigorous conversation.
She does that. Thank you for letting the children go.
You will be drinking.
And he means it. No. But if you don't intend to harm the children...
Oh, I will not harm them. But
Many
if you want
people...
to take them with you... I said I will not stop at Vistana. They are not. You know, I used to pray as you do, sing my hymns to them on high. I only stopped when it became clear that they were not listening, would not give me that which I asked for. So a deal was made with someone who could give me what I asked.
There's nothing I can say that would make you just let these children go because it's the right thing to do. Because they were taken. Because they don't belong here.
What would you say? The price is very small, and I am saving you finding another totem on the other side. You used to love this stuff.
Was the price small when you made a deal with Selenox?
Selenox paid a different price. I don't know if she would
live here all her life. I know what deals get. I know what people want, and I know that there's more to it. If you're asking me the question, will I drink this if it's the only way to let these children go, then I will do it.
Then
but I spent all this time trying to get people to imagine you as something more than just a storybook villain.
I am more than a storybook villain. I created a
Then
plane.
prove it. Prove it. Let these children go. Let me go and let me take these children and let me come back if I choose to come back and tell them that you showed an ounce of humanity. Please.
My smooth friend, I am not a mortal. I gave up that title long ago. I am more than a storybook villain because I caused the creation of a plane. Do you know how many beings, divine or otherwise, can claim the same? Exactly 2. And I did it without help. Do you know the source from where my power comes? Consider how much power it takes to carve a portion of the material plane away from the rest. Do you think even an Amaranthine could do this?
If you want me to drink it, I will drink it. But I'm not going to blow smoke up your behind, sir.
You need only drink a single drop. He hands you the goblet.
He downs it all. Because fuck him, that's why.
Smoothie, it is blood. doesn't taste off. It actually tastes quite nice.
He does his best to kind of keep his emotions under control, but it's roiling, and it's basically just, that moment of the dad going, pick the pipe or the belt, and you pick the pipe because fuck you.
Yeah. Very well.
But he does it. He's smart enough to know that, and perhaps cowardly enough to not make eye contact with him. He does it looking down, but the message is clear.
Very well. Then Strahd doesn't say anything else, I don't think. He's not... I don't think he's going to gloat in this moment. He just smiles and says... He would definitely say something, obviously. He would say,
Sure.
"You can keep the goblet." And then he turns, puts one palm against the portal, and it powers right up.
Can I speak before he does?
Oh, sure.
No, thank you. To both.
Oh. Very well.
And as I open the door, I'm going to toss the goblet behind me and walk through. Right through, I should say.
Yep. I love it. Very well, Smoothie.
Smoothie just
Yeah.
I mean...
Oh no, I would take your gifts.
If that's your price, then, it is what it is. You're the boss, I guess. But, I don't have to do it with respect.
No. Smoothie, the emergence point is near enough that the best place is different, but near enough that the best place to cross the mountains is still Hollowdown, the little village that you've been through a couple of times before, though it does require that you spend about a day skirting the edge of the crater where Barovia used to be. The kids awaken shortly after getting back into the Everden. It is uncomfortably bright after a couple of weeks in Barovia. And
He would pretty much spend every moment that they are not conscious, panic, crying, and hyperventilating as the horse just does his thing. He's not great.
the horse is absolutely, just in a daze, staggering forwards.
Yeah, that's a good point. In that case, he would probably almost kind of get onto the saddle and kind of wrap his arms around the animal. Just kind of he would act like he's trying to comfort the horse, but really they're comforting each other.
It's a
kind of
mutual
thing.
Yeah, I love it. Cool. Yeah. It takes about 20 minutes before you hear Josie go.
I'm
"Mr.
actually
Smoothie?"
shaking internet, just for the record.
You handled that so well, though. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
I was giving you a way back and you didn't take it. I fucking love it. All right. Cool. Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Mr. Josie goes, "Mr. Smoothie, are we back?"
The farm girl, right? Oh, right. Then sorry, my bad. I don't know. You tell me. Come have a look.
Well, this looks bright enough to be home.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know those mountains. We've got to go through
Yeah.
them, right?
Hopefully not through them. You mean over them?
Well, I can't fly that well.
No. We're getting there. We're getting there.
As you pull
Enjoy the sun.
Yeah, it's nice. Abus, could you roll me an insight check for Josie? Exclamation mark insight. And also we have a giveaway going, guys. Please throw exclamation mark ticket up in chat to go into the draw to win a Trollord Games voucher. Yes, let's have an insight in chat. If Abus is just lurking, then anybody can do it. to see whether or not Josie recognizes that Smoothie is having a shitty time. That's a nat 20 from Tony, by the looks of it.
My masking! No.
Josie goes, Mr. Smoothie, are you okay?
He would do his best impression of Selenox and go, yeah. Yeah.
Make me a deception check, please.
And we have already established that he's bad at lying, so I'm going to give him
I love that he's bad at lying, but he's actually got a very good charisma.
Yeah.
Oh,
no, he's good at
yeah,
persuading people.
You're right. He is bad at lying. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She goes. She doesn't say anything more. She's not. She's quite mature, given her age.
Yeah.
And she goes. She goes quiet for a couple of minutes and then starts leading the others in a very happy song. About going home and crossing a mountain.
Country roads.
Not that one. I wasn't thinking that one, but travel safe, Tony. As you pull into Hollowdown that evening, a 7-man of middling years calls out, Smoothie? Smoothie, is that you there? Jamis has recently been elected village leader, and he makes you an offer as well. Oh, Mr. Smoothie, it's marvelous to have you back with us, and I've got a bit of an offer for you. These kids you'll be looking after.
Okay.
Well, bit of a stretch, bit of a trouble to get the cart through the mountain, and you don't want to be hauling around a bunch of wee ones when you're up there in the cold. In mid-autumn, it gets pretty cold up on the mountain. I'd suggest possibly if you head on ahead, get to the Older Heart, and they organize to find the parents of the children, and then send the parents here for them. Might be faster that way, particularly as what with your wings, you might be able to, well, from the top of a mountain down to Alderheart. Be a pretty quick trip.
Can I speak to the kids just to kind of let them know what's going on?
Oh, of course, sir. And you would note, Smoothie, where the first couple of times you met this guy, he was like dadding you a bit. Like he was like, oh, young man. He is now like, you just showed up with a bunch of kidnapped children. Like solo. I don't know how much detail you would have given about how you got them back. But
I've been too traumatized.
But yeah, there is a wide-eyed Terran boy on a cart with a half dozen children who were kidnapped by monsters, and they would relay that story. And you got him back, and you are now Mr. Smoothie, sir, from the village leader. Yeah.
Perhaps I think we'll probably skip past this so we can get Karen playing at some point this year. But he would. I think the vibe he would get is that it's kind of slight hysteria, where he basically says to the kids, "I'll be checking on you every day. If they do anything, if anyone does anything, don't worry, we're going to come back." And basically just like really intense, almost unloading on the poor senior kid.
Yeah.
Where like, but the thing is, it's basically he's all of his normal paranoia and Barovia on top of this traumatizing event. He's basically just kind of going like keep a knife under your pillow and and all that shit. Like even though he has met and trusts this village leader, not necessarily the case for all these strangers. He's leaving children with them, and he knows that. So basically, he's saying to the oldest one, "I'll be in touch every day. Do not let them out of your sight until you're back with your parents." And it's basically a command, like, be fucking careful.
Yeah. And I think the only other thing I would say before we sort of move on is that Sarah, who is the daughter of the village leader,
I remember Sarah very well. Yes.
would also say, I'll look after them. Don't worry. And I made you this. And as I recall, she was making you a cape.
Tapestry of
Tapestry.
the
That's right.
of the crew.
Yeah, she presents you with it's about 3 foot square, of like it's a portrait of you, and Trish and Trish and Helvig, I believe.
Helvig, at the time. Yeah.
Selenox was not there, so she's never met Sel.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Which means I go, this is amazing, but I think we got to add to it. Don't worry, I've got gold, and
She goes,
and he pays.
"Oh, great!"
Don't worry, I'll be in between. It'll take you another couple of months, and it'll be at least that. He would pay her. I think he's got a certain amount of gold, and if not, he would probably.
No, you don't need to do that. You don't need to. Like, it's a friend. We're friends. It's a favor. It's a present.
I really miss this place.
Oh, dude. Can you stay for a while, or do you have to go? Like, when you come back, can you stay for a while? I know you have to go now, but when you come back through, when the kids' parents are come and gone, and can you stay for a while? I want to make you stew again. You look like you need it.
Possibly the best lie he's ever done. He's like, yeah, when I come back. Because he doesn't believe it.
Okay. Cool. No. Well, I'll see you when you get back. And can you illusion me or something a picture of your friend that you want put on it?
Yeah.
And so
I actually think he's a decent artist, believe it or not, because if he can make like wing designs like Leonardo da Vinci, because he can fly, guys. He's got the jetpack and shit. It's been a minute. But if he can do that and make designs, then he could probably do a decent drawing of Selenox. So I think that's probably what he'd do.
Okay, cool. Love it. Alrighty, so as you prepare to leave the following morning, Jamis says, one quick request. Would you mind just a small thing, very easy for you? Would you mind letting the higher ups know when you get to Alderheart that Hollowdown would be very interested in a delegation if they cared to send one for closer links with the wood?
What does that mean?
Diplomacy, lads. Diplomacy. We're talking about maybe joining the wood now that they've got their whole racism thing under control.
And he'd spend 2 minutes. If you've seen the Firefly scene where Jane Cobb practices the line of resuscitating patients.
Yes,
that's what he does with this guy, because he's like, I don't know what these words mean, dude.
I can write it down if you like.
Not as useful as you might think.
Not for you to read, just to hand to somebody.
Yeah,
you can make it a letter if you like. All right,
let's do that.
And his writing is not much better than yours. You do that. He does that.
Later,
you set off into the hills.
The dude has actually written "fuck bitches, get money."
money.
Step 3, profit. Slightly later that morning, Smoothie heads off into the mountains, climbs the tallest one he can find, and then jumps off. Probably the quickest way to Alderheart.
Yeah.
You might even be able to fly up a mountain, and then...
No, I'm just rolling to see if he finds joy in it anymore.
Ooh.
Yeah, for now he still does. But it's not the same.
All right. So, Karen, Kesh, It's been a trying but ultimately quite satisfying 3 months, I think, working with Nils, Shyla, and General Sheridan to get your house in order, as it were. The military apparatus of the Humblewood is starting to run so smoothly that you can even take a day off every now and again. Julio and Erica are currently out of the city. One is in S.P.E.A.R, the other is in S.P.E.A.R, and it's about a month ahead of the events of the last season of Elements and Evil. So, what would you be doing on a morning of light duty?
Probably. I would probably be in my office, kind of trying to establish some sort of system for keeping track of everything that I deal with. Because I imagine that the Wilder Brigade had its own system, but that probably relied on having more people, working for you. So I imagine Kesh is trying to come up with her own way of organizing the various bits and pieces that she is dealing with in a way that she can find stuff as necessary. So she's probably laid out a whole bunch of stuff on her floor and is trying to work out what sort of categories she's going to need to keep track of suspicious and unusual happenings.
Yep, cool, because her job title is not particularly well defined.
No, so she probably has, curious incidents. It's things that might be related.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's kind of a bit of organised chaos in Kesh's office today as she tries to kind of come up with a system. And, Spencer has probably been delegated with, organising all of his notes similarly, so they can kind of come up with some sort of combined system.
Yeah, cool. Smoothie, can you make me an athletics check to see how the flying went? Because yes, he enjoyed it. Did he? Did he make it all the way to Alderheart?
If it helps, he can literally, with his abilities, fly back up again. So,
yeah.
Does that matter? But
the mountains are a long way away from Alderheart. It's how far, how close he got, basically. It's not a huge.
I had an 18, but no.
All right. No, this is cool. It's basically how exhausted he is when he gets there. Is the trick. So there is a knock on the door. Colonel. Sorry to bother you, sir, but there's something come up that you might want to take a look at. Probably comes under the spear hole thing.
Okay.
It's Spencer, obviously.
Could you narrow it down?
Oh, a Terran flew right into the gate, actually. He's looking a bit knackered, but he says he needs to talk to somebody about some kidnapped children.
Okay.
Which I thought that might be sort of our thing.
Quite possibly. Give me a moment. And Kesh is trying to pick her way between the piles of parchment, and get to her desk and get some clean notepaper out. Where is he?
Down at the main gate. But
okay.
I thought you'd be interested because he also mentioned the name Trish Caper.
Oh yes, absolutely. And Kesh will kind of throw some stuff in a bag and then kind of make her way down.
And yeah, about 10 minutes after Smoothie lands, I'm not going to say he's fucking destroyed, but yeah, he is temporarily a bit knackered by
catnap.
His arms are sore from just maintaining it he's never flown that far, I think, on a single run. And it's just wow, that was a lot. And a Mapatch woman who I think you've sending to, but never actually.
Well, we'll get there. I've got an idea. Yeah. I don't know her face yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shows up.
We'll get there.
A lot of people you are being not held by any stretch. You would be totally allowed to enter the city, but you got there and I need to talk to somebody about a. Whew. And the guard heard heard the story and were right, okay, we'll expedite this shit. You stay here, don't worry, we'll get you the person you need to talk to. This appears to be the person you need to talk to. They're certainly treating her with a fair amount of deference, as is most of the just through traffic, like people see this person and go like, oh, it's Kesh Glitterweave. Wow. Yeah. And so, and with your hearing, you would almost certainly hear that before you actually get introduced to her. At her sort of elbow is a little Luma man, in the uniform of a fellow, like a similar uniform to her. But Kesh, you arrive and find Smoothie.
For those who because I see some new viewers kind of tuning in because it's been a minute. Armor that is normally black and gold, in this case is gold and black because flight suit is reversible, and he is kind of transferring it back, and I think he's probably got his helmet over his eyes, just kind of catching a few Z's, kind of well, the art is there, but just for context, I forgot there was art there, to be honest with you. Look at that. There you are.
Exactly.
Yeah, big Bugs Bunny ears and helmet over his eyes.
Kesh will kind of take this image in. Would Kesh have encountered a Terran before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally, one of your subordinates is a Terran. Your
of course.
Quartermaster.
Sorry.
Yeah, Silky.
Silky. Sorry. Yeah, that whole person I interacted
Not
with.
very
was
many,
very useful.
but
yeah.
a few. Yeah.
They're not super common, but I
No.
do know one. He was presumably still at the Wildwood Brigade.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
You see her pretty much every time you go into the super secret hideout, though, because one of the main entrances is through her sort of workroom.
It's like, hello. Dives through the secret hatch. I'll kind of come up and kind of see that. It's like,
Sorry.
Hi. Were you the person with news about kidnapped children?
Yeah. Could you say another? Could you speak a little more?
I guess so.
I know you're Kesh.
Yes.
I know your voice. Sorry. You have heard my voice, but it was a long time ago. I'm Smoothie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, from the
From there, yeah.
right. Oh. Nice to meet you in person. And she'll stick a hand out to shake yours.
Hi. You're a big deal. You're a big cheese around here, huh?
Yeah, that kind of happened by accident. But
What's that like?
well, you try to do the right thing. It's a big old mess, and then you somehow clean it up, and everyone's like, "Wow, you did a great job," and you're like, "Oh, glad you think so. I had no idea what I was doing." So now I kind of do investigations of anything unusual happening in the Humblewood.
You just described my life in the past 2 months. Okay. Okay. Well,
How's Trish?
I'm sorry,
'Cause the message mentioned Trish
Yeah.
as well.
yeah, well, she's okay. I was sorry, it's been a second and then I hear your voice. It's well, look, I suppose, is there a place we can talk privately? Maybe.
Oh. Of course. Have you eaten? I'm going to take that as a no. Right. Spencer. Sorry. Spencer.
Colonel?
Did I... this is Smoothie. Spencer.
I was there,
My,
thanks, yes.
my right hand. Spencer, I'm going to take Smoothie back to the office. If you could get some food
Sure.
to bring so he can have something to eat, that would be great. Okay?
Yep.
Whatever, if rare is available, rare would be good.
I've got a Terran friend. Don't worry, I got you covered.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. And he doesn't know the customs, so he would assume that he's paying this person.
Oh
until
no,
he's
don't worry.
corrected.
The brigade's got you covered.
Anyway, this way.
I miss this place. Okay.
I mean, you rescued some kidnapped kids, right? I
Not
assume
by myself, but yeah.
It'll do. Cool.
One third of a steak.
Why not?
Least you could do is lunch.
Yeah. You go back to Kesh's office.
And you come in, and there's just stacks of paper everywhere. And if you look...
that reminds me. I don't know what it says, so I'm sorry if it's offensive.
Oh, right, okay. And I'll take
It's not. It's probably not.
Fuck you. It's a glyph of warning. You. Yes.
The whole office
To whoever
explodes.
reads this, boom. I prepared glyph of warning this morning.
I didn't know we were playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Karen.
I don't blow
Baromancy,
everything
bitches.
up. It's most things.
No, it is a note to address to the Alderheart High Council, and it has a from Jamus. I don't actually think I ever gave him a surname, but from the leader of the village leader of Hollowdown, which Kesh you would know to be just beyond the mountains. And I imagine you just put that in your out tray for Spencer to pass on.
Yeah, we're gonna bounce that on up. We're gonna bounce that up the ladder.
Yeah.
It's like, well, this feels like a not my problem. Pardon the mess. We're doing a little reorganizing. I accidentally muted myself with my elbow. Me and my mute button. Yes. Please, grab a seat. And tell me what's going on. In what way can I assist you?
How long have you got?
Well, given it concerns kidnapped children, which sounds pretty important.
And you don't want to do that paperwork, do you?
No, I really don't.
Okay. I've got a long story then.
Yeah. All the details you need to impart, go ahead.
I download the story of Midnight Madness into Karen's head for the purpose of brevity. And I will add, like I said, I was mostly just here to drop off the kids. But I don't know if you remember me talking to you about the curse, but I don't know if we established Trish missed her window, and it took someone. Do we know who?
In what way would they be taken?
We've been raided. Raiders, thank you very much for joining us, you bloody champions. Lost Archives. Owen, thank you guys so much for the raid. You splendid individuals. Guys, welcome. We are Corsair's Cove. We are doing the first episode of a new season of Midnight and Madness, and we have a giveaway this evening. So please type !ticket in chat to go into the draw for that giveaway, and I will give a quick shout out to Owen and the Lost Archives, who are our stream team buddies and also splendid beans. Guys, thanks very much for joining us. Owen, you bloody champion. We will continue on with the scene, but guys, good on you, champs.
So, in what way would someone be taken? As in,
Well, I don't know. No, I don't think so. I mean, either way, it would be obvious. Did Trish not tell you?
We haven't had much communication of late. So I'm kind
Are
of...
you guys okay?
Oh, we're fine. Just... I don't think she's writing regularly or is somewhere where she can contact me easily.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm kind
I
of
don't-
just hoping she's still all right. No news is good news and all that.
Well, she's alive.
Excellent.
And but the curse, I don't know how it works. She just told me that she'd lose someone she loves, which I assume if Jack is going off old memory, but I believe Smoothie knows the ins and outs of the curse. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think.
So I don't
think
be
Kesh
talking out
does
of my
that.
asshole. Right.
And Kesh was there when it happened, when she
Right.
got the curse, but I don't think Kesh is aware of the curse or knew anything about it, really. If you guys, I believe
Right.
you sent Ez to check on all the folks in the wood, but
Yeah.
she didn't tell anybody that's what she was doing. When she
Right.
was checking.
And she checked, and did she have any info? Because I feel
Esmeralda, as best as she could tell, everyone that was in the wood at the time was fine. Both the mummy
so.
and
Her
daddy
parents. Yeah.
Kesh,
Okay. Well,
and
that takes care of a lot of business then.
yeah,
So that's interesting.
Esmeralda was not able to confirm the survival of Jude or Nevermore. But those are the
Right.
only two people on the list that she couldn't.
In that case, that's probably what he'll mention specifically, because he would know that. Hasn't been 4 months for him. So
Well, as
he
far
would
as I-
say, "Yep, go."
as far as I'm aware, everyone that I would put under the umbrella of being loved by Trish Caper appears to be alive. I know her
But
parents.
I don't know if Smoothie knows Jude and Nevermore, so I guess he would probably we'll just kind of limp through this bit, and he would just go.
Probably
I mean,
know
it's
of them.
possible. Of them? Okay, sure. Let's. Would he though? In what way?
If like around the campfire, Trish and Helvig would probably have mentioned them at the very.
Helvig would have.
Yeah.
I don't know if Trish would have, but Helvig would have. Okay. Okay. In that case, he would just go. What about Judy?
Jude is
Jude. Okay.
Jude is off on some sort of adventure, and hasn't been seen in town for a while. Though that doesn't
And,
necessarily mean they've come to any harm.
And there was
They are
another
with
one.
Gaspard.
They were with some sort of a supernatural guide, so one assumes that that would give them a reasonable amount of protection from curses.
Which leaves the other one. What's his name?
Oh, Nevermore, the
Never met him, but if
core of
that's
them. Yeah. Every now and again, he'll send like a missive back, where he'll call me a peasant because he knows that pisses me off.
how long has it been since he sent you something?
How long has Nevermore been in the different plane?
He comes and goes. It's probably been about 3 months. Yeah.
It's probably been 3 months since he last checked in, but again, he's got a. I don't know the details, but he's got some sort of supernatural thing going on. So again, I think it'd be hard to kill if that is indeed what curses would be doing.
It
I mean,
actually
obviously,
isn't. It actually isn't Nevermore that's communicating with Kesh. It would be Bennick, and Bennick would probably be on Trish's list. But Bennick is sort of relaying both of this. Bennick is the one who might be a little bit squishier. But you have heard from Bennick in the last 3 months.
the only other person would be Bennick, but Bennick's in touch regularly, so I think I would have noticed if he, dropped.
Well, if there's a way you can get in touch with him to confirm, it might be a good idea. But I'd like to know, because if that's the case, then that means that this curse is a hoax, which is the best news. Because she's been keeping a fairly big track of it, and she told me the specific details. If Nevermore's the only one that's out, the one remaining, then if we can get in touch with him, then we've proven something.
I mean, while I think I would struggle to, in short notice, get in touch with someone of the likes of Korvac Savanya, who sees all, I do know a student of his who might be able to do some magical spying on our behalf.
It's worth it. The thing is, if that's the case, then good, I guess. But we should. I didn't necessarily come to find you, but it's lucky that I did. Um, uh, it, shall we try and find this person? And what do you want to know about Trish? I mean, I can sort of give you whatever update you want while we walk and talk if you want, or
Yes. Can I assume that during this kind of unloading that Spencer arrived and we like ate and
Yeah.
yeah.
sure.
And I would have like written down all the kids' names and like
Yeah.
descriptions and ages.
Oh,
and stuff.
apparently I'm disgusting, so you might want to look away for a minute.
It's
given
full
that-
on.
Okay. Kesh like probably like stares blinking for like 3 seconds and then is like, no, don't stare, that's rude.
You've seen Bennick eat.
Fair.
Um,
Salanox told me that. Oh, you know. Yeah.
I'm not here to judge. I used
Spencer
to be a
is
criminal.
like smiling and like
Oh,
oddly fascinated by it. Like
I
I
read
love meeting new people.
meeting.
Like it.
I'm going to delegate to Spencer to get in touch with probably.
Oh right, yeah. As long as I've got full names and everything, I could probably
Yeah.
track down their families. And what's the deal? We are sending the mums and dads that ways. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah, they are.
As far as it's all that we managed to find. So that should be.
Yes.
Hopefully, that's all of them.
Yeah, they're safely ensconced in Hollowdown, so we need to track down their parents, and if any of them need support to travel, check in with Nils. He should be able to rustle up some resources. And if you need help tracking him down, Nils, and also whoever's head of the perch guard, can't remember off the top of my head.
Nils.
I don't know. Oh, sorry, Nils is perch guard. Who's running the Wildwood Brigade?
Shyla.
Shyla, thank you. Nils and Shyla.
It'll probably be Colonel Den's responsibility because it's outside of Alderheart.
True. And
You know how they are with their sort of zone of control.
if you get really stuck, like you're gonna have to drop this missive off to your ERE anyway. So
Oh right.
yeah.
Yay! I love going there. Yeah. Cool. All right.
Oh, she's not that scary.
No, she's not. She's not. She's surprisingly nice. That's what's upsetting about it.
So
Thanks very much, Lost Archives. I just got an inspiration. Nice.
oh, inspire the DM. I
Yeah.
see.
Why he's a fellow DM. He knows how it works.
If I like, because if I was looking for Wizard Wonder Ginger Lee, where would she be on an
There.
average day?
She's a member of the council, so she'd be at the council chambers probably.
So I could probably drop.
You
the
could
message
probably
off
do
to
the
you,
drop
Harry.
off while he does all the gopher work that you're delegating to him.
Yeah. I don't have time to run around tracking down parents. I'm very busy and important.
I mean, I can. If I say here, if you can do that, then I can get right on these letters to finding who all these missing persons is. I might actually
Sure.
go and check in with Shyla and I mean Colonel Den and Colonel Wintervale about another one from Quad as well. Thanks, Quad. Who's that one for, you bloody champion? And that way you can help Mr. Smoothie. For Smoothie.
Right. And
Was
I'll
I meant to
roll-
be listening to that?
No,
No,
well,
there
it
was a
doesn't
lot
really
of stuff
matter.
in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all
it
procedural
shouldn't have.
bollocks. It's very boring.
Yeah, they don't tell you that once you've finished kind of saving the world, you have to do a lot of paperwork.
I wouldn't ever get into organised sort of military, sir. Not if you. I mean, adventuring's far more your. And there's one from Crunchy as well. Everybody's inspired.
Everybody's inspired.
This one is a new overlay, so just everybody has an inspiration. I haven't got the inspirations toggled in yet. This is
All right.
a different scape. But yes, thank you very much, everybody. Libations for everybody. Yes. Cool, you do that. So you go to see Councilmember Lee and drop off the letter to Iari, yes?
Yes.
Very well. Well, then we will have a short little breaklet while we move over to that neck of the story, and we'll be back very shortly, guys. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Type exclamation mark ticket. Bye. Vast ahoy, mateys! We be back for some more Humblewood, aren't we, Siri? We are back for more Humblewood. Yes.
Hi, Humblewood. Hi, Humblewood.
Hello. It's like, fuck it. If you're gonna do that, I'm gonna get off.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fuck.
And
Screw
away
you
she
guys.
goes. Her love is so conditional, you know?
Yeah. You mocked me once on stream, Daddy. I'm going. All right, guys. We are heading to Councilmember Lee's chambers. Councilmember Lee, Ginger to her friends, has actually taken over Sobel's office at the council chambers, which I don't know if Kesh ever went into, but Julio and Eric literally robbed the place during their two-person adventure.
Nowhere near as cute, mate. Sorry.
And
Responding to chat.
my girl. But yeah, and you are aware, Karen, or Kesh rather, that there was here some quite significant nefarious ritual shit for communing with Kren originally. So yeah, that was a thing. And I'm now looking for the soundscape that I'm looking for. Here we go. And yeah, you knock on the door and you hear a, "Come in, Colonel."
Hello.
And she says that before you come in. It's like she's been practicing.
Kesh rolls her eyes a little bit, but says, "Hello. Do I need to introduce my companion?"
I pretty much assume that no one knows who I am.
Normally you'd be right to as well, but I'm a divination wizard, my friend. However, I don't know you.
I'm uncomfortable. Oh.
I know, I can tell that. You didn't need my powers of perception to figure that one out, mate. But you'd be the one that flew in this morning. That was a hell of a thing. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before. You may have set some sort of record there. What's your name, mate? Sitting behind a handsome rosewood desk is a Mapatch lady, in quite decorated, quite sort of fancy robes. She and Kesh, despite being the same species, could not be more chalk and cheese. But for all that, she has a similar sort of amiable quality about her. She said, it stands up and shakes your hand and says, "I hear you did something about kidnapped children."
It wasn't just me, but yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, it rarely is, but still, well done. That was cool of you. Well, what can I do for you, Kesh? What do you need?
Well,
Is it another warrant situation?
No, not exactly. It's a bit of a weird one. So, you remember Trish?
I do.
My friend Trish. Well, Trish is under a curse of some sorts currently, and due to the nature of the curse, Trish has come to believe that someone she cares about has been taken. Three people?
Every 3 days, she needs to take. She needs the
God.
curse specifically.
Trish Caper
Every
has
3
been
days she needs
put under the curse of eventual death.
Yes.
If that's what
Exactly
it's called.
That does sound rather like what it is. Oh, that's very, very, very illegal.
Yes, it is.
Right, and you're wanting to know who did it.
Well, yes, that would be great. But also hoping to check on Trish's various people of concern to make sure they're all still alive. Because some of them I'm pretty sure are still alive. Me, for example. But there are a few that are kind of out adventuring.
Yet to be determined.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, I can.
Namely,
do a bit
Jude
of
Nevermore.
scrying.
Bennick, possibly.
Right. Jude will be hard, but only if she's still alive. So that's probably not a problem, because she's hanging out with an Amaranthine, and they tend to be quite difficult to scry on. Yeah, I know, right? It's a thing. Gaspard is hanging out with our Jude. I think she's got a bit of a crush, actually. It's rather cute. Nevermore has got his own bullshit with his. He also has invested recently in something that stops people scrying on him. So, but once again, he has to be alive for that to happen. So
if you
I
can't
can't see him,
he's
probably
still alive.
fine. Yeah. And that.
What happens if he lets the sentence hang, but he says, what happens if he's
dead, then it doesn't work on dead people. So.
But wouldn't it not work because of his spell anyway?
Well, does it feel different when it's being blocked as opposed to the person being dead?
I can tell if I'm being blocked. It's sort of, you get a bit of feedback. It's not very nice, but it's like you know when you're holding a metal stick and you bang it against something, you get that vibrations in your hand afterwards. It's like that.
Okay.
And Bennick may well be close enough to Nevermore that he also would be covered by that.
Yeah, last I heard they were hanging out.
Yeah, they're doing something, and I don't know exactly what. And frankly, I don't really want to because I suspect it's very fucking illegal. But
yeah,
they're two grown wizards, and they know what they're doing, or at least either they know what they're doing, or they're stupid and they're going to die. So one way or the other.
Sorry.
Did I just describe all wizards? Either they know what they're doing or they're going to die.
And then they're not your problem anymore.
Well, exactly.
You'll know one way or the other, yeah.
Yeah. So I can do some scrying if you like. Hang on. And she goes, "Oh, would you pass me that?" And points at a staff that's propping up against a corner. She goes, "Thank you," and just bangs it on the floor.
You get it.
It is quite an elaborate one. It's got it's kind of, think a colourful version of the Tower of Orthanc. But nice. Painted in fancy ways, and tiered, oddly, it looks a little bit awkward to carry around, but when she bangs it on the ground, the eye at the top sort of glows and lights up and flicks around. She closes her eyes and it opens, and she has a look around and it winds up pivoting straight down and goes, "Look, if Nevermore's probably still alive, and if Bennick's with him, he's also very close to him right now." And he said, "Jude." Ow! Okay, no. She's probably still with Gaspard then. Oh, you bastard! Ow! Fine. He doesn't like it when people watch him when he's doing something, which is fair. But I didn't know, did I? Ow! All right, there's that. There you go. I imagine, given what I saw, probably she's fine. Definitely alive.
Right.
That always doing something very weird.
I'm just not going to ask any more questions.
Probably for the best. Wow.
So if we were to... Oh, sorry, after you.
I was just going to say, for the sake of speed, could we kind of do a speed run, just checking in on the rest and confirm if there's anyone missing or dead from the list? Yeah.
Who else is on the list? And she basically goes through it. And she says,
that's right. Yeah.
The Capers are both alive, still happily in their shop. It's been rebuilt. That's nice. Then it was Helvig, isn't it? Oh, fudge! How did he get there?
Where is he?
He's
Where
on
is
the
he?
plane of fire.
Is
Looks like he's having a great time, though. Well, he's not dead. He's with a dragon.
I have a lot of questions about that, but I have a feeling I'm not going to get any answers.
I couldn't give you any, really. My knowledge of that plane is a whole other thing.
But he's not
He
being
was with
immolated.
us. He was with us, and a wizard booted him.
Banished him. Yeah, that tracks. Because banished, the way it works is that when you get banished, you bounce out to your home plane, and given the fuckery that went on around him, he probably his soul is more bound to the plane of fire than the material now. So that's where he bounced to, and theoretically you bounce back when the wizard who cast it died, but well, if he kept concentrating on it for a whole minute. But if he was bouncing back into Barovia, then Strahd could have told him no. So that's probably why he wound up staying there.
You know who he is.
Well, as long as he's
Strahd?
not...
Yeah, I know of the guy. Most wizards know something of what happened with Barovia. Have you met him? Oh, okay, no. Yes you have. No, that's alright. I'm sorry for asking. Sorry about that.
Would Kesh know much about Strahd?
Only probably the history that goes along with it, which would be a warlord some centuries ago made a pact with something very, very evil and tore part of the world away for its own place, and that place is just over the mountains, and it's now a massive gorge in the ground. Basically, literally just tore it straight out. And now no one can get there, but it does seem that people are still there, and a few people can come and go.
Huh.
And you know that's where Trish has been.
Yeah, I mean... So if we were to try and find out who cursed Trish, what sort of information would you need to look for?
Well,
what kind of curse is it as well? Like, are we sure it is even this? Because
if no
everyone
one's dead,
seems to be fine.
Well,
or am I missing something? I'm not a wizard, sir.
No,
ma'am.
well, no.
I'm not sure what the gender is.
It's a woman.
Yeah.
She says, well, what I could do, I can do a ritual that basically is sort of just a general search. And if you're given the specific enough terms, you could probably find at least some information. Do you know exactly how it happened?
I'm assuming Kesh kind of told me the story, more or less.
Yeah.
Because I was around when it happened. Well, from what I understand, Kesh found a note.
Kesh.
Trish, sorry. Both end in sh, okay? Trish found a note informing her she had been cursed and noticed a mark on her paw.
Aye, that's...
From that point onwards.
Well, either your friend has somebody they love that they haven't really thought of, it's on the list, or it's... Because what you're describing is very much that. That's the thing.
But I don't know anyone else that we could check on, Kesh.
Well, then my suggestion would be to find the person who put it on her. And if I was to say search for Curse Trish Cape at origin, if I had a good enough focus, say the two of you, who both know her reasonably well, I might be able to give you at least a location of where the person who did it is. And that way you could go and ask him yourself.
I mean, I'm not unfamiliar with people Trish has upset in the past.
So, she's not the most popular lady, is she?
She can be divisive, in a good way. Trish has her own moral code, you could say, and
yeah, I know that. What do you mean?
Oh, let's just say she got really angry at a friend of mine because she didn't feel he was adhering to said moral code.
Oh, no, I
Um,
know this story. Tar
Yeah.
guy.
Sorry?
Tar jerk.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Eric. Yeah, he committed in Trish's eyes a murder and in Eric's opinion necessary act of killing in self-defense slash justice. So they don't get on. But I'm
Okay.
cursing people isn't in Eric's wheelhouse, and that happened after that anyway. So
No, it happened
if
directly
you-
after it. The curse happened within an hour of that event. Amusingly
but after or
enough.
before?
After the Trish getting angry with him.
That did happen. Actually, no, those things did happen quite close together. But
Do you need
I don't think Eric's the cursing type.
anything from us, sir, to make this happen? I mean,
Oh well,
Kesh
if
might be
you're
able to help
gonna
more.
if you're gonna do it,
than
then
me,
look,
but-
I need both of you. If you're willing, and that is actually important. It'd be more help if for me to focus if you two join, but you need to want to. It's very important. I'm no Kovacs or Ravania. I can't just blunderbuss my way through by pulling a celestial essence out of the ether. So, yeah, the more
okay.
focus I've got, the better. She gets up and directs you to. She goes up and in the middle of the room, she just lifts up this circular carpet and just sort of flings it to one side, and carved into the ground underneath it is a runic circle scribed into the floorboards. It's a bit weird to find this when I first moved in, but it suits my purpose and it saves me the time of making one. So here we go.
I think I know why that's there.
Aye, well, this used to be Sobel's office, and I have a nasty
Yeah.
suspicion. Yeah, but I look. I'm not one to look a gift beetle in the mouth. So, here, these need to go around on all the eye symbols, if you don't mind, Mr. Smoothie. And she hands you a stack of candles.
Smoothie has never looked more clueless than in this moment. He's just like, what
There are
is
symbols of
happening? What are you
eyes.
asking me to do?
Yeah,
Yeah. This is so out of his wheelhouse. So I get the feeling he would probably hilariously do it wrong a couple of times and have to be corrected. And like a 16-year-old having their first hospo job for the first time. No fucking idiot.
Amusingly, I don't know really how. He couldn't fuck it up so badly that it actually matters.
That's good.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
he does it,
Well,
and
that
she's like,
makes
and
sense.
light them if you don't mind. Kesh, would you
that's
draw the
easy.
blinds?
I will draw the blinds.
And she starts flicking little pinches of pink dust from a sack, just around the room, apparently at random, just pa, pa. Okay, now, if you two could stand there, and again, you've got to be up for this. If not, stand back. And that's totally fine, no judgment.
What am I up for? What am we doing?
I'm using you as somebody who knows Kesh, who knows Trish. I'm doing it too now. And as a focus, I want you to just think about all the things you know about her and just focus on that, and it'll be useful for the magic will just sort of work through you, all right?
Can do. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Should I remove any magical items I might be carrying?
No, that actually might help.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's all about channeling. So,
Kesh is carrying a number of magical items.
yes. She hums a discordant tune and clicks her
We have
fingers. The flames leaping from the candles and flying to the center of the ring where the face of Trish comes into view, swirling like mist 2 feet above the floor. And it looks like that. Because it's fun. And I already had the picture. Can you please both make me either Arcana or Straight Wisdom?
Ooh.
Gee, I wonder what I'm going to pick.
I actually had a sneaky peek at both of your sheets, and Wisdom is the better thing.
Definitely. Oh!
Ooh.
Sorry, that was right in my mind.
Nat 20.
I just nat 20'd.
12.
nat 20 and a 12 for a total of 36, because we are adding together 36. Wow, that is good. So you see a picture of Trish's face floating above the ground. Kesh, Smoothie, it looks exactly like you last saw her, like post-battle Trish. A bit sweaty, a bit muddy, a little bit of blood matted into the fur. Kesh, this is not the last time you saw Trish. She was actually looking quite posh the last time you saw her, because she was at a wedding.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But she was looking a little bit distracted and upset because of things that had happened that day. But yeah, she is looking arguably worse, almost certainly worse now. Then it resets, it fades back a little bit to the last time you saw her, Kesh. I'm really glad they're not in the same game. And
That's what we get for making the names too similar. All our pets' names end with E. It's a problem.
You bounce back to the image of her face bounces back to her at the wedding, the last time you saw her, having just toasted to the bride and groom, and then looked down at the on the stem of the wine glass. There is a little token, a little trinket to help remember which one is yours, and attached to hers is a little note. You see the image switch to a pair of hands belonging to a Mapatch as it unfolds a note. Smoothie would not appreciate this next bit because he can't read, but Kesh can.
Sure, it's great.
The view then shifts to the piece of paper and the what the paper says upon it. The ends do not excuse the means, Trish Caper. You may be popular now, but soon all the wood will see you for what you are, a killer. While you bear this mark, you will be the death of those you love. If you fail to take a sentient life once every 3 days, someone you love will die in their place. There is an unhealthy-looking mark at the bottom of the piece of paper, a circle with sharp edges bisected by 7 lines. None are straight, and they do not cross each other. As you watch, the circle fades through the paper, and then the hand shifts to examine it, and upon the hand beneath is the circle now drawn on the palm. The view then shifts again to the hands of a gallus, removing it gingerly from an envelope. Again, to the letter going into a pouch of a bee outside a building high in what can only be the Alderheart's branches. Then you see the envelope being sealed by the hands of a Vulpin over a fancy light wooden desk. And because you got absurdly high, you also see a humble home in the high street of a town that Kesh would recognize as Brackenmill.
Who do I know who's a Vulpin in Brackenmill?
These are two different, distinct things, and it may be I'm giving you the information too rapidly. But there is the hands of a gallus removing something from the envelope. Then it goes back further in time, and you see the letter going into the pouch of a male bumblebee, as in like a post bumblebee, outside of a building high in the Alderheart's branches. And then goes back a little bit further in time, and you see the envelope being sealed by the hands of a Vulpin, presumably within that building. And
so Vulpin, then Gallus, then Trish.
Yes,
is what you're saying in the chronology of events. Okay.
Here's the
good news. I don't know any of these things, so good luck.
It's because of the way I've ordered my notes. The time the humble home in the high street would actually have come earlier. So you see the gallus removing it gingerly from the envelope, standing outside of the house in Brackenmill. So the gallus was in Brackenmill and the Vulpin was in the Alderheart. Is what I'm conveying.
So whoever...
Gallus in Brackenmill, Vulpin in Alderheart, and it was Gallus, Vulpin, Trish.
Yes. Vulpin, Gallus, Trish.
Okay. Vulpin, Gallus, Trish.
Yeah.
I'll actually write this down for my brain memory. Vulpin in Brackenmill. No, in Alderheart. And it was sealing.
Yes.
Yes?
Sending the letter in the first place.
Gallus was in Brackenmill and was sending, it sounds like. Receiving. OC. Okay. Interesting. So, question mark on what the fuck happened to that guy. Okay, so sealing and then receiving. Okay.
And
Yep.
there is a gasp as Councilmember Lee sort of steps back from the circle and says, "Oh, well, little does he know. Hope that helped.
I know.
Deep.
Thank
worry,
you.
I'm fine.
Kesh,
I'm
did it
sorry.
help?
I just need
I'm really bad at keeping track of what species certain characters are.
Right.
So, who do I know who is a Gallus?
Not a lot of Galluses. And none in Brackenmill. Brackenmill is ruled by Eric's family. So most of the... In Brackenmill, you know a whole mess of Corvum and exactly one family of Vulpins, which is Mark's family.
Yes.
And he's the town blacksmith. And so, yeah, not a lot of Gallus. Havel is a Gallus.
I don't think it's Havel for some reason.
For some reason, yeah, it's hard to imagine Havel setting the curse of eventual death on anybody. You recall that all of the servers at the wedding were birdfolk.
So some of them would have been Gallus.
Yeah. And
Question:
actually,
when you said
no
receiving, when you said the Gallus was receiving, there was no opening, correct?
No, he did not. He opened an envelope, but there was a sealed envelope within it.
Right. Okay. So slightly meta, because Smoothie wouldn't necessarily know this, but I'm trying to kind of keep it straight in my head.
Yeah.
So a Vulpin sent it. So a Vulpin is probably responsible for, at the very least, like getting it to, possibly casting the spell, question mark. And then a Gallus is the one that received it, which is presumably the person who, if we're going down this line of logic, paid the Vulpin for their services or something. They have an alliance or something like that. Like,
or was bribed by the Vulpin to put them.
Yeah. Well, either way, they have a relationship. Is my point. Like whatever the thing is. So yes, I mean Gallus seems to be we're in the Alderheart, so let's find this Vulpin. That makes the most sense, right?
Yeah. Who do I know who is a Vulpin? Other than
Mr. Fawkes.
Mr. Fawkes.
Tavernish. Beyond that,
Because I don't think Tavernish Fawkes is the cursing type either.
there are a few in the brigade, but none. Charlotte Den is actually a Vulpin, who is the head of the Wildwood Brigade.
I have a question, and Smoothie might ask this. He's like, is there do you folks have your own bees that you send yourselves, or is there like a bee office?
Both, normally. Some richer people.
But if
keep
there's
their
official
own.
mail, it has to go through something, presumably,
Doesn't it
like
have
all
to?
mail.
There is the hive to send from if you want to, but a lot of people do have their own smaller, keep their own independent.
There's
bees.
no way of keeping track of mail. Like what if has anyone ever been like threatened and they find out somehow like who it came from, or is it just a Wild West?
A little bit. That's sort of an age case, I think. And if you're important enough, then you can probably afford the services of a wizard like me to help find that out. If you've actually got the letter, this would have been so much easier. But I doubt Miss Kate
Trish would have had the letter, wouldn't she?
Yeah, she would have given it to you.
No. Okay.
So apart from Tavernish and Shyla, there's a few members of the Wildwood Brigade.
But yeah, in terms of noteworthy Vulpins that you know, not very many.
That's the only idea I've got, which is basically just hoping that there was some
The house
business,
was
like tracking something to do with the letter, be it the envelope, where they got it from, or the
yeah.
stamp, if there's anything notable about that, or the bee itself, essentially.
The house itself was quite a nice one. It would have been in the upper
In
branches.
the older hut?
Yes.
Yep.
The one
Which
in
is
Brackenmill was
which
not.
is rare, isn't it? Vulpin, Alderheart. That's not common,
It's not
is it?
it's not as usual. It's becoming more so. And it's funny, like the important people are bird folk, and that is shifting.
Yeah.
But wealthy hasn't necessarily been restricted to race anywhere near as much. Though important and wealthy do tend to go hand in hand. So there, I would say, definitely more wealthy bird folk families than there are humble folk, but it's not exclusive by any stretch. And yeah, Kesh would know of several.
That's all I've got, Kesh. Just
So we-
something to do with the bee or the envelope. That's all I've got. Either that or we look through every house in the Olderheart and hope we have a hand model match.
So we need a Vulcan, wealthy or influential enough to live high in the older heart, who has
And even
beef
then, how do we
with
prove it?
Trish.
I want to be clear. This what we did just now is not admissible as evidence at all.
No.
But well, you've seen.
Who
the
said
house.
anything about dealing with
Oh.
this officially? And I didn't say that.
You didn't.
And you didn't
and
hear
I
me
didn't
say
hear
that.
it. No, I did not. I've got very bad hearing these days. But you've seen the house. Yeah, go for a wee wander.
The interior, no? Or did we see the
You saw
outside?
the exterior. You have seen the interior
Exterior?
of one room, and you saw the exterior of the house as the post.
Hell yeah! Let's find the exterior of the house. That should
Let's
be
go
easy enough then.
Let's go for
Yeah.
a walk.
Go for a lovely stroll is what I would suggest. Yeah, all right then. Well, you go for a lovely little stroll. Can you roll me survival or investigation? I think once again, both of you have better survival than investigation, but
Yeah, but I'll go for investigation because why not? Doesn't matter.
well, actually,
5.
the number needed is different. However, 5 is
Oh,
not
shit.
enough. But a 25, yeah, it's
25 with survival?
hanging out with a ranger, you're doing okay. Kesh, you sort of with your woodcraft skills, and Kesh is like favorite terrain is forest. You got a snapshot of the canopy behind this tree, behind this house, and therefore were able to guesstimate pretty well where it was before you even sort of go on the walk. So it only takes you about 15 minutes of looking around before you just hit upon the exact house. And it is, bam, it's that one, dead set. And, yeah.
Just kind of looking around the area in which the house is. Are there any, like, kind of shops or anything, or is it very much a
It's something of a
houses?
residential area, but there's always, it's hard to be far from a shop in Alderheart.
Because basically I want to try and find a local who might know who lives there
Oh,
before
sure.
I go and bang on the door.
Yep.
Should I?
Which is
Should
plan
I?
B.
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
I
yeah.
do that? Maybe, Kesh, because everyone knows who you are, right?
Mostly, yeah.
Well, you don't want to scare them off.
Fair. Well, what's the nearest shop? What's its business?
On the corner is a shop that you're probably mildly surprised to actually see up here. It is not a fancy eatery, but it is an eatery. It is called Humble Jack's, and they focus on speed and low cost food rather than high quality food. But it's
Listen,
very popular.
motherfucker. Yeah.
But it is very popular with the children because of all the colourful decorations and occasional little toys.
Chuck E.
that they get.
Cheese. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can go into Humble Jack's if you like and ask. Yes.
Yeah, how about I
yeah,
watch...
sure.
I'll watch the house
Sure.
discreetly. And if you pop into Humble Jack's, I don't know, grab us some potato or something. and just casually ask who lives
You
there.
like potato too, huh?
I do like potato. Trish. I hope she's all right. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, and kind of, I think possibly be like, you couldn't get over how beautiful that house is, and you'd love to know who lives there, so you could ask kind of advice on creating such a magnificent house. I don't know. I'm sure you're smart. You'll come up with something.
Yeah, yeah.
Or heck, just ask who lives there. Say it looks really familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Smoothie will go in. He will order what he thinks Kesh will like.
Hello! Welcome to Humble Jacks. Can I please take your order?
Yeah. Can I have a humble mash and 2 cherry shakes? No, they wouldn't have shakes because there's no milk. Two beetle shakes, thank you. Gross bugs. Yeah, we'll make it work. I saw. Actually, I've got to be careful here because we've already established he's bad at lying. So I would say, we'll keep to the facts. And as I exchange the cash, for Kesh,
Kesh would have given you money as well.
Oh, thank you.
It's
I am
like
quite
pocket
broke.
change, don't stress it.
I'm new around here, and I was just curious. There was this I'm potentially looking for work, and there was this this Vulpin coming out of this fancy house, and I'll describe it. Do you know who he is? Do you know if he needs anyone?
If you're pointing at the house, because it's like four doors down.
Oh, so literally right there? Yeah.
Oh, you want a job here?
Maybe.
That's the boss's house.
Oh. We're going Breaking Bad Gustavo Fring, huh? Okay.
They own the whole chain. That's the Meridans. Mr. Meridan's a really good boss.
I bet. Well, that's great to hear. Okay. Well, do you know? I think he would probably shut his mouth as soon as he needs to, so that he doesn't overplay his hand. But he would go, "Oh, thank you. That's very helpful." Does he visit here a lot? Does he check on the restaurant much?
Oh, once a day or so.
Okay. Or around the same time, or just in case I get to have a chat with him about some work myself?
He's quite busy. So maybe not, I don't know. I'm not always here. I can get the manager if you like.
Oh, no, that's okay. I just meant
Chris?
if he has... Hi, Chris. No, I look. Fast forward. He will take an application form if it's offered.
Yeah.
And not being able to read it. And simply go and he would ask the question again. That he does apparently the boss comes by. It'd be nice to have the interview handed in personally.
Yeah.
Does, like, just to make a good impression, does this guy have a routine?
Yeah.
Showing up
The
at a
boss
certain
will
time?
probably come around 4. He's
4 p.m. Okay.
pretty punctual, and yeah, that's good initiative. Yeah, all right. Yeah, if you're good and you can do all the reading and writing and sums and whatever. Yeah, he's if you work hard, he'll love it. Yeah.
Reading, writing, and sums. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good at all 3 of those. Yeah, I'm good at all
possibly
5
work
of
in-
those things.
Without being able to read.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he simply just goes, yes. Thank you for the food.
And yeah, the other guy was like, "Here's your food." And you get a tray with all the things you ordered.
Hey, what's your name, by the way?
Which
To
one?
the 7.
Oh, okay. Steve.
Small gun. Chris, Steve, awesome service. And I will say it quietly to him as I kind of. I know. I said it. I'm like trying to make sure that he doesn't hear. Just so it's like
right.
just so you know, blah blah blah.
No, he's good. He's a trainee, but he's doing well. Stephen. He did not. This is not Stephen. He's different.
Okay.
None of you should be wasting this shit on bonuses. I need new NPC names. Come on. I've run out.
Steve. I got.
How we end up Steve and
That's why we
Chris
went up
from
with
Humble
Steve and
Jacks.
Chris.
That's right. No, I'm here for it. So, Kesh, you see like a pair of ears behind a bunch of food, and I go, I didn't know what you like, so I got every kind of potato.
Oh, great. I will select a potato dish at random.
Oh, the fry's good.
Oh, Chloe. Yeah. All right. I missed one. I'm sorry, Bishop. Chloe Hawthorne.
Yep.
Oh, Chloe Hawthorne. Oh, I'll just.
Edge the cook.
I will eat some fries. Did I observe any action at the house while Jack was ordering potatoes?
I wouldn't have said so. Probably not in the last sort of 10 minutes or so.
What time is it now?
Midday.
Okay.
Probably a good time for lunch.
Yep. 4 o'clock.
I just realised. Oh no, that's only for 3 seconds at a time. That won't really help.
4 o'clock, he makes a visit to his restaurants, Mr. Meriden.
Meriden. What would I know about a Mr. Meriden of Humble Jacks off the top of my head?
Make a history check.
See if okay, 16. That's not terrible.
Hey, Kesh.
Yeah.
You don't know a Mr. Meriden, but a senior member of the Bandit Coalition was a Frey Meriden. She was a captain.
That tracks.
Oh dear.
In the Bandit Coalition before the Wildwood Brigade. She worked quite closely with Kral.
Oh. What happened to her at the end of the thing? Do I know?
She was killed.
Oh.
Kral was killed, or this person?
Frey Meriden was killed by Jude, Trish, Nevermore, and Helvig.
Clearly not as permanent as one would think.
Okay.
Or a relative taking the same, which is bad. Okay.
So I would know this?
You would certainly know that she worked with Kral, and that she was a member of the Bandit Coalition, and you would probably know that she's dead, because Kral was not happy about it.
So, couple of
Jude did stab her in the groin, yeah.
bumped together in my head.
What?
Back when we were in the Bandit Coalition, there was
what now?
The Bandit Coalition.
Trish was a bandit?
Yeah. She never mentioned that? That's literally like what we were doing for years.
Okay, go on.
Before we became heroes, yeah. Just eating chips.
Just eating chips as well. Sauce. Yep.
So, in the Bandit Coalition was a Frey Meriden,
Sure.
who I'm pretty sure is deceased.
Well, he was pretty clear it was a Mr.
So, but if the Meridens of Humble Jacks are related to the Frey Meriden of the Bandit Coalition,
Or married, yeah.
they might have been seeking revenge on her behalf. Would you be open to breaking into that house?
Well, that depends on what we're trying to do.
Well, I have a feeling if I knock on the door and ask whichever Meriden comes to talk to us, hey, did you curse my friend over the death of Frey Meriden? They're probably not
No,
going to
no,
give me a straight
I
answer.
understand that.
So if I can...
Do we know if there's a way to deal with this curse without potentially... Sorry.
Killing the person who cast it should work, but also you can ask that they can just click it off. But they have to agree to do so.
We'd need to find some sort of proof that they are behind the curse. Correspondence, magical items. Stuff they're not likely to give to me if I ask nicely. You don't have to come. I can do it by myself.
No. Okay, hang on. You're saying that there's a way we don't have to hurt this guy? We can just find him and...
Well, theoretically, if they want to end the curse, they can choose to do so, and then Trish is off the hook.
So if he gets caught, do you think that a wizard can make that happen, if worst case?
Theoretically, yes. But if we can just convince him or her to, let it go.
I don't think that's going to happen. I'm speaking from experience here. Someone asked me for...
Proof is still important, though, because if we go back to Ginger, we need to be able to prove what's going on.
There's got to be some magical way of just being able to skip the line, if you like. Like, surely killing him is not the only way, or...
I don't want to kill him if I don't have to. Technically I'm going straight now.
Didn't you just want to break into a house?
Technically, I am allowed to use unorthodox methods in looking into supernatural occurrences.
No, I don't. No, I don't really mind. I just want to.
Look, I can justify it in my own internal moral code, and that's what matters here. And you'll be the only person hopefully who ever knows I did it. Though I might tell Trish.
No, I said you are friends with Trish.
Yes, or we enthusiastically convince him to let it go.
No, it's the best of a bad lot, and I personally don't mind. I'm just surprised you're up for it. I thought Humblewood was more civilized.
I would not take me as representative of all Humblewood. I am an ex-criminal.
I'm not gonna unpack that. Let's you're the representative of them. Officially elected.
Look, technically, at the moment, all we're doing is going into a house without permission and looking at some stuff. Where we go.
I'm sorry if I gave the wrong impression.
No,
I am
that's all right.
perfectly okay with doing this if it means that we don't have to hurt anybody. If it's all the same.
Yeah.
I've very much had my fill of having to hurt people.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Would prefer not to have to kill or hurt anyone in the pursuit of justice. Okay?
So we'll go in there, we'll try and find what we can, we'll get it back to the wizard, and hopefully there's a way that doesn't involve torture or death.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. I would say that you would know that the Meridans are a fairly wealthy family. Not necessarily influential, sort of new money, actually. But he's probably got servants and stuff. So the house is unlikely to be deserted. I don't know if you would know with a 16 how old the guy is or what his relationship with Frey Meriden would be. But you can probably ask somebody to find out.
Is there anyone, this is where it'd be handy to have sending myself. Um,
Just put your hand on my shoulder and speak.
who would be the best person to ask?
Possibly somebody from the coalition who knew Frey Meriden better than you. On the other hand,
Is Kren still alive? Sorry,
Krell.
Krell.
Krell is absolutely still alive. I don't know. You did meet him.
Yeah.
And Bennick, he sent Bennick to you. Interestingly, he has actually directly helped you before. But I'm trying to think. The Iari would know most of the rich and fancy people.
So we could go ask Iari.
Or just send to her.
Sending's faster. Yeah, I'll send to Iari. And also, she's technically meant to help me in my duties, so...
Yeah.
Cool.
Council speaker. Okay. You're going to text the president.
Absolutely. Text! And I'll send to Iari...
It's a little difficult, but yeah, sure. Kral's is easy.
I'll send to Iari, basically, investigating curse. Does Frey Meriden have family in Alderheart? How many?
Jack, could you roll me a D100 quickly just to make sure this works? Because you actually have
They're
never
in
met
another
Iari.
plane.
Hey?
Oh,
yeah,
fine.
but you've never met the person.
82.
There you go. Easy. Cool. So yeah, you get back. Oh, hello, dear. Oh, where's Eric? Meriden. Well, if they're of the Meridens, of the humble what's-its, yes, her father, I would guess. They do like F names in that family. Also a sister and a mother.
And they all still live in the Alderheart?
You can't bounce back.
Oh, sorry.
More than once. Not without burning another spell. But, and all still live here, I believe.
Cool. Time to spy through some windows. What time is it, out of curiosity?
One-ish.
Midday.
Yeah, midday.
One-ish?
If you want to wait for 4 hours, he may well be out because they said he's doing the rounds, and it would make sense to do the one right next to his house last, probably last or first. But if he's doing it at 4 p.m., it's probably last.
Oh, okay. So he's got a bunch of things to do every
He
day.
owns a chain.
I see.
Honestly, these are wealthy folks, and it's 1 o'clock, so there might be a chance that they're all having a little post-lunch snooze at the moment.
Okay.
A what?
You're counting on a siesta. Okay.
Yeah.
The
People have
Humblewood is
siestas, right?
Smoothie's just having trouble thinking about like people living luxury enough. There's
They
like
couldn't
I've
snooze in the
eaten.
middle of the day.
Now I'm tired. It's just
I'm
not a
not
thing.
going back to work now. I'm going to have a snooze.
You sleep.
How many?
In the daytime, how wealthy am I? Oh.
with the sun out.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
How is the house multiple stories or 1 story?
It's 2 stories at least, yes.
Stories, and does it have climbing points? Something I could use to climb up?
No,
near it?
it's actually oddly designed sort of not to be easily scaled. So that a cat burglar could easily get into the... Sorry, Ellerin burglar could get into the 2nd floor. I find it's a very racist term, Ellerin burglar. But yeah, you... Terrace, Karen and I had a post brunch siesta yesterday. We're not judging anyone.
I don't think I'm gonna be much use in there, but I can maybe make it. I can keep watch and maybe make it easier for you if you.
That would be great. Love it. I'm
Okay,
going to start
and I
by
kick her
peeking
in the
through
shin.
some windows and take it from there.
Sure. Make me a perception check. Are you going
Well,
onto
first
the
of
grounds?
all, first off, I kick her in the shin because I cast enhance
right.
ability.
Ow!
Which yes, you do. Which ability
Sorry.
are you enhancing?
Dexterity. Oh,
Dex,
it's yeah.
okay.
Oh, sorry. It's just a thing. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Eric does this to you too, but Eric doesn't kick you in the shins.
It's less painful when Eric does it. Never mind. Okay. I rolled a 16 on my perception check.
To look in through some windows. There is absolutely at least a couple of people in the house. You see a Vulpin of sort of middling years, a woman going about sort of housewifely duties. I would say, like a little apron. Seems to be laying the table for a meal. There is also a younger woman in there, as well as a hedge, an older hedge lady who bustles around with the air of somebody who's in charge, but also isn't the boss. Like, she's not technically in charge, but she very much is, really. She runs the house, even though she's not the owner of it, I suppose.
Housekeeper?
Yes.
And what rooms can I see?
That would be in the front downstairs. So there's a dining room at one... think of a nice townhouse is kind of what you're looking at.
Okay.
So there is the front has two bay windows either side of a front door. And one of the bay windows on the left is a sort of a formal dining room, and on the right side is quite a pleasant sitting area. Okay. And they're all in the dining room.
Cool. So if I wanted to scale a wall to the second floor, I could Misty Step, but I'd be... Is there like a ledge or a balcony or something?
No, not really.
Do you how big is Kesh?
Bigger than you.
I'm small. Yeah.
She's a medium.
Yeah,
She's not as big as Trish, but she is a sturdy person.
Would I'm happy to make a strength check to lift her up and
You are stronger than
out.
she is.
That's kind of
Amusingly.
there you go.
Wait,
You could
wait,
just
wait,
knock
wait.
on the fucking door and ask.
Can I ask? Can I break in? What are you saying?
No, as in, like, why are you breaking in? That you could. What can you learn by breaking in that you couldn't learn by just asking them?
Suspicious correspondence?
Are you being suspicious at the moment?
Very well. Okay.
Do you have any magic circles?
I forgot that I have the ability gaseous form, which gives me a flying speed.
Yeah.
So one assumes that
There
I
you
could use that to fly up to the second floor of the house.
Yes, from the amulet, as I recall, you have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I have the
very good.
Amulet of Mist, which
Yes,
allows
that's
me
right.
to...
You turn into mist.
To be honest, maybe that's a good idea, though. Maybe we'll have our cake and eat it too. I'll keep them distracted, and I'll also see what I can learn from talking to them.
Yeah.
And you do that. So,
Cool.
you go do that. Yeah, and I'll talk to them eventually.
I'll give you kind of the thumbs up that means, okay, go distract them. I'm gonna...
Yeah.
And turns into mist.
Turns into mist.
Flies up and you squeeze through the under the sill of an upstairs window and find yourself in the master bedroom, a well-appointed room with a a large double bed with the sort of the awning, the four-post awning. It's the upper middle is very much the class of these folks. They're doing well, but they're not particularly showy with their wealth. They clearly are quite wealthy, but they're not like, oh yes, flash it around, sort of.
It's nice, but it's not ostentatious.
Yeah. They probably could afford to be ostentatious, because you know of Humble Jacks. Like, if he's doing anywhere near as well as he probably is, then he is richer than this. But he's apparently quite a humble chap, interestingly. But yeah, there are no desks or anything in here, but you could make an investigation check if you want.
I absolutely do.
Are you still in gaseous form?
Yes. Basically, until I need to physically interact with something, I can stay in the form
Very well.
up to an hour. But I can't physically interact with things. So if I want to pick anything up,
you'd have to.
I have to
Have to
try.
cut off.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just got a 16 on that investigation check.
16 to investigate. This room does not contain anything that you would argue is incriminating. It's a bedroom. You wouldn't keep incriminating documents in it. The only place you can't really
And
look
how
at.
stupid you are.
Well, exactly. This crime, if it was committed by these people, was committed 3 months, probably 4 months ago. So there's that. Yeah, there is no large quantities of papers or documents. There is a few books, a locked, well, not locked, but a closed set of drawers on either side of the bed, just like bedside table things, and a wardrobe. But again, you can't open it. You could probably go into the wardrobe, but then it's
Just walk
pitch
through
black
the wardrobe.
inside. You go through the door, and it's just clothing in there. So without turning back into Kesh, you can't really do any better job of searching it. However, you can mist through into the upstairs landing, where you find 5 more doors. 2 are closed, and one looks, with a 16, like it hasn't been opened in a while.
I would like to basically whip around and stick my gaseous head through the doors and or doorways to ascertain what
go
room.
through the gaps. The other front room is a second bedroom. It's one of the 2 closed doors. You also find one of the open doors is a study, and the final is a washroom. Those 2 are open. The 2 closed doors. There are 5 total, and one of them is the master bedroom. One of them is a bedroom with a single occupant. It's not who isn't currently in it. You can tell from the possessions strewn around. This is a you would guess an adult from the size of the clothing, but not very old woman of Vulpan persuasion. And there is a desk in there as well that you recognize.
Does it look like the desk in the vision?
It is the desk in the vision. You would have noted before that the desk in the study is not the desk from the vision.
Cool. I would like to waft over to the desk and see what's lying on it.
You waft over to the desk. I need a new investigation, please. A 9. It's hard to.
You are inspired, Kesh.
It's just. I might
I will
burn
give
my.
you nothing further unless if
I
you
will
choose to.
burn my
Right.
inspiration and
Very
try
well.
again because I feel like this is important. Oh, great! That's a whole 11.
Yeah, look, that's better.
Better than 9.
Yeah. An 11, again, it's just hard to investigate things properly when you can't touch shit. But you are able to do a scan of the desk, and you find some correspondence, but none of it strikes you as evil, or even out of the expected for a 20-something Vulpan woman.
Cool.
It speaks of fairly frivolous activities, and a little bit of sort of weariness of father's coddling.
Does it have like drawers and stuff?
Yes.
I would like to drop my gaseous form so I can rummage through her drawers.
You rummage through the lady's drawers. Can you roll me a stealth check, please?
At advantage.
With advantage, yes. 16's all right. You rummage through the girl's drawers. With a 16, Well, that's stealth, so you aren't very audible.
Do I need a fresh investigation?
Poxwomble. Thank you very much for the follow, you bloody champion. What an excellent name. Avast to you, matey, you wee scallywag. Poxwomble. Amazing. Love it. Yeah. What did you roll? Sorry, how did you go? Checking out the drawers. You... Oh, welcome, indeed. You find... investigate the drawers, please. Roll me investigation. One more time.
Oh, come on!
Oh, rough. That's okay. There does not appear to be anything further incriminating in here. You find a diary that mentions grief over the loss of a sister. But either you haven't done a particularly good job of investigating, or the person who committed this crime either isn't this person or isn't stupid enough to write down their crimes.
Could I basically... I think it would be an insight check if I wanted to kind of get an impression of what sort of person this woman is from her diary.
Okay, yeah, insight.
I'd really love to roll over a 10 again. That would be great. 17.
17. I mean, that's why we have good modifiers. 17. You... From her diary, you would guess that this girl is a little spoiled. Has rarely been denied... I say a little spoiled. She is not denied things. She is an activist. An activist, Maguire. She is a firm believer in equal rights for humble folk and has sort of... done a little bit of pushing in that regard. She envied the heck out of her older sister for being old enough to run away and join the bandits. And it was very much considered to be running away and joining the bandits. Fighting the good fight for humble folk rights. She doesn't believe at all that the bandits were bad people. And she is also a rebellious teen. Constantly testing daddy's boundaries.
If I look around her room, is there anything else that looks like it might be used to store things of importance?
Oh, there's a small wardrobe. There is, she is the only remaining daughter of a fairly rich man. If anything, this room is actually more ostentatious than the bedroom. There is money has clearly been spent, and no expense has been spared. To use John Hammondism, there isn't any other sort of places that one would hide things.
Could I see if I
under the bed, maybe?
Could I? Yeah, I'll have a look under the bed. Anything down there?
A couple of travel trunks. But one only contains old clothing, and the other is shoes.
I would like to do an Arcana check to see if I can sense any magic in this room.
Interesting. Go on then. Tons of
More than
Miku
10.
figurines.
Fuck's sake! Girls is trying to solve a mystery here.
Kesh, and if you do not see any signs of this person being a competent magic user, however, it was 4 months ago that this spell was cast, so if it was cast in this room, any trace of it would long since have faded.
Right.
I'm going to throw this back to Smoothie very briefly, because Kesh has been in there for 5-10 minutes at this point. Would Smoothie knock on the door, or would Smoothie just wait? You could probably see Kesh in the upstairs bedroom, You can certainly hear her. Actually, no, you can't. She's being quite quiet.
16's not bad.
Yeah.
Reasonably quiet.
He's very good hearing.
Passive 18.
Yeah.
The man of the house is not in, but there's a woman that purported to be like in charge, is what you said.
There is a lady in there who is probably the lady of the house. There is another lady in there who runs the house. There is the matron, the housekeeper, the whatever you want to call it, and then there is the lady of the house itself. So the wife of the owner and her senior servant who actually runs the place, sort of thing.
Right.
And a daughter as well, by the looks of it.
I think he has an idea, but I think he wouldn't do it until he was sure that Kesh's plan wouldn't work. He's got an idea, but I don't think he would. He's learned his lesson about cutting off adventurers from doing the original plan.
Right.
So he's tempted, but I think mostly he would just, if he heard a catawampus, then he would knock on the door to kind of make a distraction for her, but otherwise he would stay put, and then he would probably initiate if that didn't yield anything that we wanted.
Make me one more investigation check, Kesh.
This is you being nice, isn't it? Because I've been
No,
rolling
Crispin
so
Crunch has
shit.
just made a very valid point.
Hey! A
Hey.
14!
Because you check under the young lady's pillow and you find a very nice dagger.
Ooh.
As in, it would mechanically be a +1 dagger.
Does it look familiar?
Roll a history check.
Interesting.
That's a 14 on the history.
14. You've seen a dagger the exact, like very, very similar to this one, being used by Trish.
Interesting.
Well, we kind of already knew they were in it. Yeah.
Huh. Yes, perhaps taken from the corpse of one Frey Meriden.
Actually, no, recently, but you don't know that.
Or used to stick a curse note to a bedhead.
That one.
Warmer?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. The one
Cool,
that.
but I didn't
Trish
see
is
that
like,
one.
Nice, fancy dagger. That is mine. I don't care about the note. That is my dagger now.
Cool. I would like to misty step out of the house and back to Smoothie.
You misty step back to right next to Smoothie, basically.
Bah!
Do you take the dagger with you or leave it there?
Ooh. I think I'll leave it there.
Very well.
I'm gonna act surprised, Paulie. Oh, you got me. Good job.
So, not so much definitive answers, but the desk we saw that Ginger showed us is in the daughter's bedroom. And she happens to have a dagger that looks an awful lot like one Trish has.
Okay.
So,
Do you want to maybe take a position just in case I get nabbed? Because I'm going to try something kind of stupid. Give me a second.
okay.
And I'll take my cloak so I look nondescript. And I'll get my fangs out a little bit more than I normally would, which is kind of obnoxious at this point.
Okay.
And I'm going to rap on the door.
And I'll watch from a discreet distance.
Okay. Yes. The door is answered by a quite a handsome Vulpin woman of, sort of about 35, 40. No, 45.
Actually, give me a second, guys, because I actually think I have a thing. Give me a moment. One moment.
Oh.
Izzy, where's my Dracula cape? Where's the Dracula cape?
Izzy, where's my Dracula cape?
Good evening.
You tell me where my super suit is, woman! We are talking about the better, greater good!
Greater good? I'm the greater good you ever gonna get.
Yeah. My evening's in jeopardy.
It's like, hello, I wish to meet your daughter. I do not want to suck her blood.
I've already drunk blood today. It's fine.
I am currently sated. I only wish to converse with her.
DM says
Maybe
what?
take her out for a dance in the moonlight.
Wait for the plan to go off the rails, then throw away the plan. Exactly. Yeah.
Hello. Hang on.
Okay. Yes.
There we go.
Given what you drank yesterday, yes. All of my yes.
Okay.
Concern. Seriously, agreed.
Yes. Okay.
Very well. You knock on the door, dressed like Strahd.
Okay. So I will go. Good evening.
Oh, wow. Sorry, I just laughed so much. I'm dizzy. Oh, okay. Hello?
Is the lady of the house around?
You are speaking to her, Annika Meriden. Nice to meet you. Are you
Wonderful.
one of those religious types?
Not for some time. I am from a distant land.
Yes, I can tell by your accent.
And I would like to inform you, in mutual interest of my great lord and yours, that Trish Caper is alive and well and knows who you are.
How loud are you saying this?
Quietly, discreetly.
Right, okay.
And to be clear, I'm not threatening her, though she may take it as one.
She definitely
But
does.
the way that he, and I'll roll if you want me to, but the way he's putting it is, this is of mutual. I want her gone. I don't, and we might have mutual benefits here. So it's a warning more than a threat.
Right.
And I'm hoping that she will panic and send a bee that we can follow.
Right. Sure. She says, sorry, who are you? Where are you from?
Given our shared interest in discretion, you may simply call me a friend.
Right, well, lovely to meet you. I'm afraid I just put lunch on the table. I've got to go, but thank you for that. Have a lovely day. And she closes the door, not like, fuck, but more like, okay, that was fucking weird. Yes. If you have anything further, you can talk to my husband. He'll be home by 4, and closes the door.
Please pass on the message to him. I am sure it will be of great importance.
Okay, thank you. Yes, bye-bye. And closes the door.
I just got massive. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior? Brad. Brad Bogdanovich.
So, I am going to then quickly get that and go back and just go, so wash your windows. And I hope that she will send a message, because I hope that she's freaked out enough that she's going to go, fuck, fuck, fuck. So I'm hoping she'll do something stupid.
She's definitely going to do something.
Something stupid.
But whether or not it's stupid, about 5 minutes later, a bee does get sort of yeeted out of one of the upstairs windows.
Okay.
And
Now,
Hunter's Mark.
yes! Amazing, let's go!
you
Okay,
hunters mark the
good.
bee. And unlike in Baldur's Gate, the bee is not aware of the fact and continues. Hunter's Mark should
I mean,
not.
it's a bee, mate.
Yeah, well, also, but like, yeah, it
not
shouldn't
the
be.
smartest.
It shouldn't be breaking stealth to cast Hunter's Mark on somebody.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
you've been violent towards somebody. I was like, no, I fucking haven't. I cast a spell on them.
Targeted me!
I'm about to be violent towards them, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, you follow the bee. The bee heads to the Perch Guard headquarters.
Interesting.
Excellent.
Okay. Well, thankfully, that's you, so we can basically go, we will read that.
I guess I get to go pay.
Bella Lugosi, little... Oh, there he is.
Amazing.
Isn't he cute?
You do that. Yes.
I do not drink wine.
It's such a beautiful night for a bite to eat.
What children, my children of the night, what music they make.
Oh, I feel obliged to mention at this point that I was just hanging out on the internet the other day and came across an RPG that I think certain people in our little community might enjoy, called Eat the Reich, which is about a bunch of vampires sent to kill Hitler.
Yeah, vampire commandos sent to kill Hitler.
I love all of these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, you go to the headquarters of the Perch Guard.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
My buddy Nils is here. We
Nils
can
is
talk.
there, and Nils is because the bee is probably as the bee flies is faster than you guys can travel. Maybe not Smoothie, but Kesh is a little slower because she can't fly, and there's quite a lot of verticality in Alderheart. But you get there no more than 5 minutes after the bee does, and you find Nils at the front desk, standing with another couple of Perch Guardsmen, reading the note, going, huh. That's an odd one. And then he turns and looks at the door as you two enter and says,
Hi.
Colonel Glitterweave, how are you?
Great.
You haven't been bothering people in the upper branches, have you?
Maybe.
Well, not you exactly, but because you're standing right next to the person described in this letter. But your
We
companion.
might have
That is ballsy. If she's committed a crime, okay, ballsy. Okay.
we
good on her.
might have thrown a pebble into a pond to see where the ripples spread.
Well, Mistress Meriden, this isn't a request for your arrest or anything, sir, but it is a sort of a notice, a warning of strange behavior, strange activity, very threatening stuff. She's not very specific about what she's alleging, but just it upset her greatly. Kindly don't do it again. She doesn't. You said a bunch of very unnerving things is the word she uses. Yes. Colonel, if you wouldn't mind, I unless you have any, evidence of stuff, maybe being a little bit more discreet in your investigations. I imagine this is S.P.E.A.R business, which means that you and your associate are welcome to do whatever the heck you want, and I can't tell you otherwise. But yeah.
To be clear, sir, I mean, I'm no law person, but all I did was tell her what we know, which is that the person that she was threatening was around, and that and Jack will basically relay the truth of the matter and say, to be honest, if it's all the same, if you want to make a visit and confirm that she's all right, that's more than fine. But definitely.
If the colonel was there with you, I have no concerns, and she's not saying that she wants to press charges or anything like that. She actually doesn't say what was said to her at all.
She wouldn't.
I guess
That's not a coincidence, sir.
I want to be clear.
She doesn't want to press charges.
You didn't talk to the younger daughter. You talked to the mother.
Yeah.
What does the letter say?
No, as in the
letter
lady
says.
Yeah, the letter says the mother is you knocked on the door and talked to the lady of the house, the wife.
Yeah.
Kesh,
Why are you asking about the younger daughter?
No, this is Josh is stressing.
Oh, Josh is. Okay.
Yeah. That the lady you spoke to isn't the person who owns the desk that the ship was sent from, is the point I'm making.
Well, honestly, that helps him, narrows it down, narrows down the suspect list. Just the younger daughter is what we have learned from this.
Nils, are you busy right now?
I cannot be, if you'd like to, if you need my assistance.
Because given that,
Oh no, Jack,
Madame
leave it on.
given Madame
Do the whole
Meriden
hug.
has expressed concern about strange Terrans knocking on her front door, could you perchance, just pop by with one of your officers to get a description of this fellow? And maybe I happened to be with you at the time and could go with you and could just be left alone with the daughter for a few minutes.
Question her a little bit about
Yeah,
things
just
she may or
ask
may
her
not
if she
know.
knows about a curse.
Oh goodness, all right, it's that sort of a thing, right? Look, yes, don't see why not. It'd probably be wise to, keep the lady from being frightened. That's a jolly good idea. In which case, will your associate be accompanying us?
Yes, but I think Smoothie will
Without the
need
cloak.
to wait
Yeah.
a discreet distance away and look unthreatening.
Probably best. Probably
Normally
best.
I do.
Well, you
Did
did
it
a
work?
very good job of not before.
Okay. I'll take it.
The man
Not
you're
very
talking
big.
to is not much older than Smoothie. He's sort of early 20s. He's very young for the job he's got, but he's actually surprisingly good at it. He is not a soldier. He is a bureaucrat dressed in the uniform of a soldier. And in this role, he's actually perfectly suited. So yeah, he said, well, come along then. I shall rustle up. Shall I... how many guards do you think, Colonel?
Oh, well, how serious
Enough
a
to
threat?
scare a little girl.
At least a half dozen.
That's out of...
To
that's out-
make sure that they're very, very safe.
Okay. This is great. I love this. Let's put on a show.
Hey, teenage girl, let's walk over to the window. Oh, look, there's a little escort there. Isn't that cute? It's cute.
Yes, well, come along then, Colonel, and we will go and see to the safety of these good citizens. Nils loves a chance to get like, oh, I can help Kesh? I've always wanted to maybe help Kesh.
I really
to
hope
prove to
I'm
her
not
that I
getting him
didn't
in
want to
trouble.
get him fired. So yeah, you go back up, and Nils and a troop of 6 perch guard, all dressed in the resplendent finery. These are like matching uniforms, breastplate and halberd. Do not screw with these guys. They are a proper unit. They show up, all bird folk, and yes. You knock. He knocks on the door and says, "Greetings, Mistress Meriden. We received your missive, and we came post haste. We want to make sure that every citizen of the Alderheart is well looked after. May I present Colonel Kesh Glitterweave, who I believe you may well have heard of. I am Colonel Wintervale. I want to demonstrate how seriously we are taking this. We were wondering if we could quickly just in the interest of thoroughness, you understand, have a quick once over of the premises. Obviously, I would like to just have a quick chat with you. We'll leave the soldiery outside, of course, but the Colonel and I will. This is very much the Colonel's wheelhouse, if you will. Which is
Yes,
why
mysterious folks in cloaks is
Exactly.
Absolutely.
This went
Massive.
so much better than I thought. I thought we were just going to chase the bee, and now we're just like, let's intimidate a 14-year-old. Fuck yeah. Okay, right.
She's in her early 20s.
well, yeah.
She's older than you,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know.
But yeah, she says, oh, I have to say I'm quite impressed. He was quite...
Yeah, you are.
He was quite, I don't know if rude. He wasn't rude, but he implied an awful lot of things that I didn't care for. And that my husband and I are good, upstanding citizens, and I don't care for it at all. And he's, of course. Well, if you wouldn't mind, I'm just going to take a statement. If you wouldn't mind, and was there anybody else in the house at the time? Yes, my daughter and our housekeeper. Ah, yes, of course. Well, perhaps, Colonel, if you wouldn't mind going and giving a quick interview to the young mistress, Meriden. Where would she happen to be? I believe she's up in her room. Well then, Colonel Glitterweave, perhaps room. Where would that be, mistress?
Which door would I need to?
And she tells you go up, and he says, please lead the way. Can I get you tea? And they go. Kesh, you go up to the top. You're looking out the window once again. You've been in this room before. You knock on the door, and you hear a come in.
And I'll open the door.
And within is a young Vulpin woman that you recognise from before, dressed in really quite fancy clothes. She's 21 maybe, and her mother would have told you her name is Finya.
Finya.
And Smoothie, you can see from you maybe can't see, but you can absolutely hear Kesh entering and talking to Finya.
I wouldn't want to fuck it up, so I'd be fairly out of sight, which means I'm probably not able to see too much.
I don't know if you can Misty Step, but if you wanted to at this point, just blam Finn there. That would absolutely, upset Finya. Anyway,
I'll think about it.
Hold it. Yeah, Kesh.
Mistress Finya?
Yes?
Hello. And I'll come in and I'll close the door behind me.
What's gotten Mother so fraught?
Well, we had a report of a young Terran man coming to the front door and implying certain things to your mother that quite upset her. So we're here to just check that there's nothing further that needs to be investigated.
Oh, okay. Why do you want to talk to me then?
Well, you were in the house when the incident took place, so have you seen any Terrans around recently?
There might be one or two working for Dad, but other than that, no.
Apparently the Terran man mentioned a Trish Caper. Do you know a Trish Caper?
Insight check.
Watch me fucking
An advantage with that face.
14.
14. Oof, you are rolling like dog shit tonight.
I know.
A 14.
I'm in my element, and
her
I cannot
face
catch
absolutely drops. Like, oh fuck. I'm gonna roll for it.
DC 5, you know.
She's got a pretty good poker face, but there's a twitch in her eye. She just glances at the door just once, and then says, "No, never heard of the bitch."
Ah.
Never heard of the bitch?
I mean, other than the fact that she's a famous hero or whatever.
Just that the bitch sounded awfully personal.
Well, I've heard some stories, and I think she's a little bit overrated.
Okay, it's just from what your mother said, it was implied that the Terran man and your parents had a mutual enmity towards Ms. Caper, so I was wondering if you knew anything about that.
I don't know anything about that. My mum and dad don't hate anyone.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
No, they are frustratingly nice people.
you didn't include yourself in that.
No. I think they could stand to be more supportive of... Well, fuck, I'm talking to Colonel Kesh Glitterweave. You stood up for the humble folk. Mm-hmm. You did what was needed. They sat and watched. Here in our comfy little house in the branches. The bandits fought. And then Kesh Glitterweave and Eric Ashbourne and Julio Switchgear, they fought. They did something. You did something. My mum and dad were just happy to just let it go. Just watch and learn. So, yeah, look. I think they could do more. And they disagree.
Right.
So, no, I doubt, like, if my parents hating somebody so much that I would not know of it, look, either they're better liars than I give either of them credit for. I don't think, like, not hating people is a bad thing. Absolutely not. But, like, they could be better. They could do more. It's probably the whole, like, oh, you don't know anything yet. You're too young. I've had that all my fucking life.
Oh, I don't think you're too young to know things.
Well, thanks. So, yeah, no, I sincerely doubt my parents have a mutual enmity with a Terran about anything.
Well, then this is a cause for concern, because are you familiar with the place called Barovia?
Only a bit. Not really a lot.
Well, and Kesh will kind of lean back with like
It's a myth, isn't it?
Unfortunately, Barovia is very real and a source of a considerable amount of dark magic and dangerous creatures, and the Terran in particular, we believe, has come from there. So I am concerned that, rightly or wrongly, that some dark force in Barovia has reason to be interested in your family.
Could somebody in chat roll me !insight for this person to put two and two together and absolutely get 12 or something?
Here's the beautiful
Insight,
part,
nat
Karen.
20.
You are not lying, because I am from Barovia. So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's all good.
Nat 20. She just... Or nat 1. There we go. She just...
What's a Barov?
She just heard the words Dark Magic, Barovia, and Trish Caper all within the last minute. And has sort of come to a conclusion that might be what you are... That for whatever reason, that could be how this is all linked. And she goes... Oh, well then they look, my parents didn't do anything. My parents never do anything. It's ridiculous to even think about that. That's daft. Yeah, no, they wouldn't do anything. It's fine.
Kesh is going to kind of lean forward and adopt a slightly motherly tone. What was that? Finya?
Finya.
Yeah. And I'm going to talk quietly. It's like, listen, Finya, I'm not accusing you of doing anything, but you seem like a bright, clever young woman. So I'm going to give you a piece of advice I hope you take. If our intelligence has reason to suggest that Trish Caper has been in Barovia recently, so, if you, for whatever reason, have been involved in any magical happenings that might have directly or indirectly affected Miss Caper, you might want to put an end to those activities before any other Terrans turn up at your mother's front door.
Roll intimidation.
I have no charisma, so watch me flub this. Oh, fuck!
I think a combination of just the fact that all of that is a very legitimate observation. It's not even really a threat. That's a thing that could demonstrably happen. And the fact that you rolled a 19, that's very, very good. She goes, even if I had done that, I wouldn't, even if I had, been able to do anything about it now. I can't. Even if I had done something like that, I wouldn't be able to turn it off.
Why not?
Well, in this purely
you fear
hypothetical situation, I wouldn't have been stupid enough to cast the spell myself. And it's the caster that has to do it.
So if I needed to visit a certain caster to avoid any further Terran incursions, who would I need to talk to?
I would have gotten the name of a guy from a friend, a guy who could sort of set the whole thing up. And if I was to go about doing something like this, I would have gotten the name of somebody from a mate, old boyfriend actually. I know I run with an interesting crowd sometimes. Mum and Dad aren't happy about it, and if I was to plan something like this, he'd be where I went.
Who's that?
Oh, his name was Horace. He ran with a gang called the Fifth Alley Crew.
Do I know a Horace?
You don't know a Horace, but you know the Fifth Alley Crew. You killed them all.
Right. Fifth Alley Crew.
So they're the connection, huh? Okay.
They are either disbanded or dead, thanks directly to Kesh.
Well, that could be interesting to track down.
You remember that woman that Julio cut the sleep artery of? She was of the Fifth Alley Crew. They were the drug smugglers.
Yeah. But there might still be a Horace kicking around in the roots.
There might still be a Horace kicking around. She says, I haven't heard from Horace in a while.
Right. Well, that is very helpful. If
How
you
is Trish doing?
I'm not sure. We haven't had official communication for a while.
But if this curse was cast on her, this dark magic that you speak of, then she hasn't been behaving odd or anything?
I would have to try and find out. I have a rough concept of where she is and who she's with, but...
Because if it's the curse I'm thinking of, then it would make her do some really horrible things.
Noted.
And it could be a real danger to the people that she cares about.
Oh, I see.
That's why I was wondering if she's been acting odd or,
I will endeavour to find out. Thank you so much for your help. I will see what I can do to avoid any more Terrans turning up on your doorstep.
Thanks. I'm sure Mum would be grateful for that. That would be great. Thanks. Bye.
I will offer to shake her hand.
She does.
Cool. And I'll leave, and I'll kind of catch Niels' eye and basically give him a look that says, "We cool."
Thank you, Mistress Meriden. That is, you've been most thorough, and I am pretty confident that we can ensure that no more unpleasantness need occur today. Thank you very much indeed. Have a pleasant afternoon, and to your lovely daughter as well. He
She's
leaves.
a sweet girl.
Well, Colonel, that was an exceptionally boring 5 minutes of conversation I had. I hope you had a slightly more interesting one.
Oh boy. And as we walk, we can kind of, Really smooth. Oh boy, Smoothie. So,
Anything I
Niels.
should know, or yes?
have you, in your line of work, encountered a Horace, formerly of the Fifth Alley crew?
Ooh, well, Fifth Alley crew. To my knowledge, none of them returned to the old hut. They are aware that their presence would not be greeted fondly. However, I don't know if many survived the whole cult thing.
You wouldn't happen to know of any spellcasters they were using?
No, to be honest, I'm afraid not. Not a lot of good spellcasters that aren't avium trained, and not a lot of avium trained go merc.
No.
But maybe the wizards would know more, right? The wizard we spoke to would probably
Yeah.
know a little bit more about which wizards take shady jobs. Maybe.
Well, Niels, you have been a boon and a blessing today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Colonel. Have a pleasant day, and it's been lovely working with S.P.E.A.R. I hope we can work again together sometime.
I'll give
and
him
he's-
kind of a friendly clap on the shoulder.
Come on then, lads, and they march away. Our civic duty done
And
for the
officially,
afternoon.
Smoothie, I have to inform you that you are not allowed within 100 feet of Mistress Meriden's house in the future.
I'll add it to the list
And I assume we go back to see Ginger.
of one.
If you like, you can go back to see Ginger. Kesh, how did you go?
Well, we are looking for either Horace of formerly the Fifth Alley crew, presuming he's not dead, or failing that, any magic users that were known to affiliate with the Fifth Alley crew. Smoothie did a cracking job. Really, really laid the groundwork there.
Good on you. All right, well, let's have a look then.
Thanks.
She gets the staff again, closes her eyes, and boom.
I have a list.
Got a little list.
Horace of the Fifth Alley crew is not of this plane. Messy, that
Oh,
one.
damn.
That's
Oh.
not nice.
Oh.
That no. Okay, he's in bits.
Ooh.
Do you know where? Oh,
Somewhere
It
between-
wouldn't work.
Oh, I can get you a rough location, but it's a ways away. Northeast, up towards the Scotch Grove.
Well, if you don't know who we might need to speak to, I might be able to speak with someone from the crew, even if they are dead.
Oh, he's the bits are a day or so away, but you can if you like.
I don't know if bits is gonna work though. Maybe
You normally need at least a full skull.
a head. Yeah. Okay. Does any of that ring a bell? Gallus caster,
Spellcaster.
shady.
Shady Gallus, living in Brackenmill,
Brackenmill.
presumably. No.
Would be
No.
the
Though,
Okay.
that being said, from what we saw, the spell was cast in Alderheart.
Somewhere in the roots, maybe.
Well, I would have said it was the person who closed the letter. That was active. That was a part of it.
She says she didn't cast the spell herself. She hired someone to do it.
Oh. Oh, she's a cunning one, that one. No, what she did all the prep work, and then she got someone else to deliver it.
deliver the letter.
The final part of casting it was the delivery.
So whoever handed it over inadvertently cast the
Cast it.
spell.
Aye.
Which is probably the Gallus, but they wouldn't necessarily be shady, just someone
Just someone
asked
working.
to drop off a letter.
Yeah.
Is Iari in her office?
Aye, probably.
Or could you scry the wedding?
That was a while back. I can't do time.
Oh, right.
And I wasn't there. I wasn't invited.
Was there any features on the Gallus hands? Were there like cuffs? Was it like a waiter's
he was a
uniform? It was a server. Well, that narrows it down somewhat. Then it's just a ledger, right? There'd be some people clocking in, clocking out. Find the names. Go from there.
Oh, sure. Aye.
Right, so hopefully ERE keeps records of who she hires to work at giant events.
Well, that's how. I mean, Smoothie wouldn't know this, but that's how you get paid, right?
Her grandson's wedding, probably. Aye. Oh, well,
this is meta, but we're running out of time. Bishop Bledsoe being a little meta.
Cool. We go to ERE. We ask about the wedding.
Yeah, you walk across the hallway with Ginger. ERE says, "Oh, yes. Ginger, you know my daughter. You'd have to send to her if you don't mind. I don't have the spell myself. But if you send to Erica, she can get you a name if you like. If that helps, Colonel."
Sure.
Ginger does so. Comes back with a name. Henry Corville.
No idea who that is.
That's the name of the caster, huh?
It would seem so. There was only 3 Gallus employed by us for the wedding, and 2 of them were women, so that narrows it down fairly well.
How far away is Brackenmill?
2 days on foot.
Right. Okay, so that's not going to happen. How do we communicate via sending what the fuck we want this person to do? 25 words. By the way, you are in charge of a curse. Turn it off, please. Like, what the fuck?
Ginger, do you want to clickety-click? And Ginger says, "Well, I didn't know I was going to be doing that today. All right, hold on."
Wait, what?
Oh, we're teleport. Oh, okay.
Boop, and sends the pair of you to Brackenmill.
Great, now I have to walk back. Right. Henry Corville. Let's,
It is a simple matter to walk up the high street and find the house in question.
Cool. We track him down.
You do. You head up the high street, knock on the door. It is sort of mid to late afternoon, and as you are walking down the path, the garden path, you get hailed from the road, actually, and somebody, "Ahoy there! Can I help you?" And it is a Gallus.
Oh, hello. We're looking for a Mr. Henry Corville. You wouldn't happen to know him, would you?
That's me.
Oh, wonderful.
And he's immediately on guard. Like, he's wearing the garb of a farmer. He says, "Aye, if you want. Have I done anything wrong?"
Inadvertently, I believe.
Oh, no. All right.
You're not in trouble, sir.
Well, if I've done something wrong, I might be.
Well, it's fixable.
Yeah.
Aye, right, okay. Well, yeah, okay. Come in.
I'll take off my cloak properly at this point and just kind of show the Titan garb just to kind of put his mind at ease for what it's worth.
Amusingly, it was like, oh dear, the clergy too.
Oh, it's even worse. Yeah. That's fair.
Well, I'm sorry for whatever happened. I didn't steal anything from the wedding, I promise. He says,
no.
Not believably at all.
It's not about anything you took. It's about something you delivered.
Ah, God! Hammer Insights, damn it! They said it was clean. I'm sorry.
Clean?
Care to explain what happened?
I was contacted by an old friend of mine, a ragamuffin, by the name of Horace. He said, "Deliver this. It's 10 gold pieces." And I was like, well, that's easy money, isn't it? Particularly to, like, it. I was told it was a letter of admiration from a friend. And He said is a friend of a friend wanted to get this through to her, but was like an admirer, not like a friend, but like a wealthy admirer. Wanted to get this through to the lady in question, who was quite important, hoity-toity up at the older heart. Looked like a like a Mapatch bandit to me, but all right. Not that there's anything wrong with Mapatch bandits. I hear some of them are lovely people, but I'm sure. But yeah, that's yeah, an old friend of mine from my youth, my misspent youth. Horace, his name was.
Could I ask a slight meta question? I feel like we would have asked the wizards how we would communicate to the person how to turn it off, because I don't think between us we necessarily know how that works.
Yeah. Then, it should be an easy thing. You just tell him to wish it gone, basically.
Okay, easy.
Did you feel any sort of magical effect when you handed over the message?
Not when I gave it, but maybe a minute or so later, I felt a real weird sort of shiver.
Right. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, you kind of cursed someone.
What? How did I do that? I just gave him a letter.
Well, basically, whoever delivers the message inadvertently triggers it. So, you didn't mean to do it. It just happened. And because you were the person who handed over, so... you have to wish it undone.
Oh,
you can fix it, sir.
Oh, okay, easy. So, what was her name then? And I'll wish I uncursed that person.
The lady's name is Trish Caper.
Trish Caper. Oh, God. Really? Oh, no. Oh, you're such an idiot. Oh, Henry. Sorry, no, all right.
Relax.
Okay, I hereby and forevermore wish that Trish Caper is not cursed by me. I have no beef with her at all, and she's a very nice and kind person, I hear.
Do we feel anything?
Did you feel anything?
I feel nothing magical, I'm afraid. I felt like that's a weight off my mind, but it might have just been my mind.
Can I do an Arcana check? Oh,
you can.
Crit fail.
Smoothie can also do it if he likes.
I might have something that's a bit more... I mean, I'll do an Arcana check in the meantime, but I might actually have a thing. Nope, not... Oh, I mean, it was going to be a 1, so I guess a 5 is better. As in a -1. It would have been if I got a 1. No. Give me a second here. I'm just looking at Channel Divinity stuff just in case that's relevant.
Kill all the servants, let the clerics sort them out. Southern Skies, yeah. It's a very Eric solution.
Spells. Yeah.
Kill him, bring him back. Boom, we're done.
Well, we're gonna be here anyway. I mean, maybe... Do you know if it can work, sir? Do you, well, first off, Kesh, is he able to do that lots of times? Like if he took us back with this fella so he can be looked at by a proper wizard? Do you think she could do that?
Ginger? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be next to the person to teleport.
Right. Okay, well, I did not roll very well. So the only thing I do?
Yeah,
okay.
Someone bought it for you ages ago. I think quad.
10, which is good because it's a -2.
Yeah. That's not bad. If there was any magic about this guy at all, it is now gone.
Okay.
Oh, I don't suppose we could send Trish and be like, hey, do you still feel cursed?
Would she know? Is that how it works? Oh, the palm! Yeah, that's good. That makes sense. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Sure. Okay. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. Trish, is it still on your palm? Is it... Palm? What the fuck? Is it still on your palm? Yeah.
That was
Is it there?
I just rolled the D100, and you came so
Yeah.
close to it failing. Got a
whatever.
9.
I've got more.
I know. She goes, "Oh, Smoothie. Let me look. Damn it! Yes, it is.
It's gone.
No, it's still there.
It's not gone. What? I don't have anywhere else to go with this.
Do you have any of the... Did they, like, send you a letter with the message you're meant to pass on? Henry?
Oh, no. I burned it.
Right.
I've got nothing.
Sorry, he wouldn't have done that. Because he didn't think it was anything sus. So he goes, yeah? Hang on. And he goes to... His house is a pretty simple place. There is a wooden table, a little bed, and a single set of drawers. And he pulls out and he's like, here you go. There you are. Do you need the money? And he jingles a small pouch of gold.
I don't think so, but hold that thought, and I'll just hold it out so me and Smoothie can, like, peer this piece of paper. Like, come on!
He puts it back in the drawer. You have a look at it. It is in handwriting not befitting of a gangster. And it's instructions. But nothing about them that seems like it is basically what he relayed. However, the handwriting is definitely... Kesh would actually recognize it because she's seen Phineas' handwriting. It's Phineas.
Oh, that lying cow.
Well, she said this is what she did.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Right. Maybe he has to be more enthusiastic about it.
Could I be more...
I have a question. Because it's been several months in between games, I think Smoothie probably would have prepared Remove Curse. I technically don't have that on the sheet. Will you allow me to kind of swap over something so that he might be able to use it?
Yeah.
Okay. Just to be transparent. Okay. In that case, let's try that. Because that's the only other thing I have in my wheelhouse that I think might be even slightly relevant. Because if it's originating from him...
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Technically, he's part of the curse.
Right. He's the origin, if the wizard is correct, which you would hope they are.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So let me have a look at Remove Curse, how it exactly works. But I think...
I looked at it today. It would work.
So it's not magic item. I mean, if he's the origin, then I guess I'm just gonna say, can I borrow what? He's a Gallus, right?
Yeah.
Can I borrow a stool, sir?
Sure.
I'm gonna drag it over. So
You're
I'm
gonna
at
do some
his
sort of magic.
face level.
Yeah, just relax.
But don't worry. It's literally just you're gonna do the same thing again. I'm just gonna touch your shoulders. Is that okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, here we go. And this is the first spell he's cast since being back. So he's gonna try and take a deep breath, and he will cast Remove Curse, and he will say, "Okay." Just think of her name is Trish Caper.
Trish Caper. Aye.
And
I don't mean her any ill. I don't want her to be
I
cursed
wish
at all. Oh, I wish
that the curse were removed from me and from her.
That the curse were removed from me and from her. I wish it really hard. It's like the thing I want the most right now in this exact moment, by quite a long stretch.
Okay. and I'm going to lift my hands up from the shoulders and see if anything comes out.
Oh, that's tingling. That's tingling. That's very weird. That. And yeah, a set of like strings, like spider webs, the color of Trish's cape, emerge from his shoulders.
Okay.
Oh, that's very odd.
Okay.
That's very odd. That.
Okay. Okay. Step back, please. Step back.
Oh, that's very nasty. Why? Oh God, was that in me?
Yes.
Great. Because now it's not, right? Ever again.
Is it gone?
It's your palms are like sticky, but yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Be a great
Trish.
time to have prestidigitation, but I don't.
Trish?
Take 2, Trish. Anything?
Smoothie? I felt something that time. Definitely something changed. Oh, but the mark's still there.
What?
I am going to stab... Who have you found? Because I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
The connection severs. Quick, chop your hand off.
I've got nothing. I don't understand.
I don't know.
Josh, I think I might. I'm happy to roll intelligence checks because I'm out of ideas, bud. I got nothing
You
else.
can both roll intelligence checks.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like, fuck, what now?
15.
Crit!
Kesh,
Okay.
that is actually the number you needed.
My rolling has been
Kesh,
either amazing or dog shit.
given your conversation with this girl
Yeah.
and her curiosity about Trish and what Trish was made to do, you don't think this girl would actually cast that spell. But she would want to manipulate Trish. You read the letter. The world will see you for what you are. This was the intention here was to make Trish murder people.
Which tracks?
It's a fake.
Hang on a minute. Is it possible that Finya just wanted Trish to think she had to murder someone every 3 days? But
What was this then?
Can I Arcana on the
It was a
remnants
curse.
of
It
the
just
curse?
wasn't the curse of eventual death.
Right. Can I... Is there a way for me to discern what type of curse it was?
Yeah, Arcana check.
I wouldn't have a clue, so... I'm not
Return
gonna
to form!
Hey, there it is. No.
Okay.
It would, but the
Gonna-
guess is. Oh, if go on, Smoothie. Stop.
No,
stop.
I'm not going to roll. No, he wouldn't have a clue. There's no context.
There was basically it was a curse connecting the two of them. He still cast a curse on her, and that curse is now broken.
But we don't know what it was, but it's not important because it's now... But there's still a mark on her palm. How does that work?
There are two different things needed to get rid of it. But what you've established here is that there is no curse, or at least not the curse
Two
that
different
she thought.
things needed to get rid of it.
so we've gotten rid of part of it. We've gotten rid of the connection between these two, that curse. But there's still presumably some...
What's the other thing?
The image.
I mean, her, I guess. The what?
The image.
To the
In
mark.
the letter?
It's just an image. She is currently...
The image in the
So
letter? Is that
the
what you
way
mean?
that the curse was described by Nightseed when Trish communicated with her about it, there are two elements to get rid of it. Firstly, you have to take something to burn the curse out of you, and then you also have to have a greater restoration cast on you as well to remove the actual physical mark. So the physical mark is part of it. Someone would still need to remove curse on Trish, but it would
So that's the trick. I would have to go to her eventually. Fine, okay. All right.
I think...
But what was the... I guess it doesn't matter.
So,
Who cares at this point?
so, rather than actually curse her with eventual death, I feel like she cursed her to think she had the curse of eventual death. Because I really don't feel like she actually cursed her with the curse of eventual death. So I think Trish is technically uncursed, but there must be some other step to actually get rid of the curse mark.
I get the feeling I probably just have to do the same thing again to her and
At the
to
other
get
end.
rid of the itchy palm. I have to go back. Yeah, okay.
Well, Henry, the good news is you're fine.
Oh, thank goodness. Is Mistress Caper fine as well?
She will be.
She's probably going to need some therapy, but I think physically she's okay.
She'll be fine.
I think we will call it there, unless you guys have anything further you would like to do or say.
I think we could leave Henry with the assurance that we're pretty sure Trish's wrath is not directed at him. He's going to be fine. And then I think Kesh and Smoothie could wander down the evening lit paths of Brackenmill and possibly exchange some sort of witty banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta look for a totem now anyway, so yeah, I'll be here for another moment. Oh no.
Well, that was one of the weirder ones I've dealt with. Thanks for your help. Pleasure to meet you, Smoothie. Let's work out how we're going to get back to Olga.
You recall that the Shadow Malt estate does have a teleportation circle.
Oh. You ever wanted to see a Corvin mansion?
Sure.
With a bit of luck, I can blackmail them into giving us dinner.
More interested.
And they have a teleportarium, is where I was going with that.
Corville. Henry Corville. Someone threw 10 coins at him and it was enough to make him do something very bad.
Go.
Glorious. Well, then we shall leave it there, ladies and gents. Thank you very much for playing with me this evening, guys. And seeing as there's only 3 of us, I reckon favourite moments could be relatively quick and nimble. So let's have an exclamation mark roll space the number 3 in chat to tell who we talk about first, because we're going to do our favourite moments. It's a 1. Bullshit. That's me. Thank you, Bishop Blood. Cool. All right. Well, we guess we talk about me first. Damn it. Favorite DM moments, guys, and chat, please throw them up in chat as well, and anybody type exclamation mark ticket in chat to go into the draw to win a Trollord Games voucher as well. So guys, what do we think?
I took a lot of notes. Let me scroll back.
Probably the characterization of the teenage daughter, the young adult daughter, particularly that it wasn't mutually exclusive. She was an asshole, but you understood her position and even had positions that if I were in that universe, I would probably agree with. And while I'm not part of the Humblewood politics, for all I know, Trish may well have done that and regretted it later. I do not know. Or perhaps, like, you know, in a more, if it was looking at, like, from a history perspective, that was what caused World War One or whatever the fuck. You know. So that's a really interesting thing of different people are going to look at that differently. And while it was a deplorable thing to do, as it turns out, really glad we didn't hurt that girl. She's just a bit of a dick, as opposed to a full out crazy murderer. This is why it's always good to get information first, gang.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Ask before you stab. Yep.
Yes.
I still say be killer.
I mean,
Trish is still going to think that.
Oh, Trish is absolutely going to want her blood.
which is why I will not be saying anything.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I
I forgot.
I really enjoyed fucking Stroud just being like, I'll help you go through the border if you make a deal with me. Huh? Bastard. Absolute bastard. Wanker. I hate him so much. And I'm not even technically in this campaign. Fuck that guy.
Terrace says, I love the introduction of Strahd being a little bitch. Yeah, he was a bit of a bitch. Bishop Blood says the fast food employees and the tapestry. That was cute. And Ginger Lee being such a fucking badass. Chris! I for myself,
My
I
God,
really,
you're greasy.
yeah, I did enjoy. Oh, if Vulpins could have pimples, I really enjoyed my creation of Humble Jacks. I think that's funny. For the non-Australians in the audience, Hungry Jacks is what we call Burger King. For some legal fuckery reasons, it's that we don't call it that because when McDonald's came to Australia, they bought up the copyright to all the names related to Burger King and King Burger and any other variation upon it. And Hungry Jack's was like, well, fuck it, we'll just be something else. You're not going to stop us, dickheads. So they just made up something else that is very Australian.
Yeah, the font, all the branding is the same. It's just
exactly
the name
the
is
same.
different. It's really funny the first time you go overseas and you're like, huh.
The truly funny thing is that if you said Burger King, they go, oh, fuck that yank shit. Just like, Hungry Jacks, yeah!
We literally have it.
What's wrong with us?
Yeah.
We're so stupid.
So I did enjoy that, but my favourite moment has to be getting to finally pay off the curse. And
long time coming.
that it's not that it's so much more fucked than just makes Trish. I genuinely think it's so much worse than an actual curse of eventual death, because it's monstrous.
Turns out they were just psychologically torturing you. Sorry.
Yeah. And getting to have a little bit of a sneaky peek about why as well, because so many, a little bit of a nod back to, and thank you very much, Crunchy, in chat, because it was Crispin who pointed out that there actually could be a way to put in something else, which was the knife, which was good fun for me. So yes, but why Trish specifically? That is something you would have to ask. But no, I will tell you because it probably won't ever come up again because I don't think either of these two are going to be telling Trish who did it. So it's probably for the best that she never finds out. Turns out it's because Trish used to be a bandit. So of all of the people who were involved in the killing of this girl's sister, this girl's adored older sister who had the guts to go away, Trish was the traitor. Trish was her friend and stabbed her in the back. And she also doesn't necessarily know exactly who killed her sister.
It was a group effort.
It was a group effort. It was probably Jude. But yeah. That's why Trish specifically. She was the traitor. So yeah, there you go. And right, let's have a D2 in chat, please. To pick between our two lovely players of the day.
making weird facial expressions.
2. That's a Karen.
2.
Favorite Kesh moments, everybody.
The interrogation of the girl's got to be,
Yeah.
you know, because you could have gone a billion different ways. Instead, you were perfectly polite and kind and respectful, and yet at the same time gave information that was terrifying on its own, which is perfect in the context of what you were doing, which is, you know, I enjoy true crime, and I watch a lot of police work of people going, we got your DNA, buddy. We got everything we need. Yeah, it's just a question of how painful you're going to make this, you know, and I truly got that vibe. It's like this is open and shut, bud. The only question is, are you gonna pay attention to what I'm saying, or are you gonna be a fool?
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I love how flexible Kesh is. I really enjoyed the moral flexibility of her the entire way through. She is
former bandit. It's
hilarious because Trish has a very strict code of conduct that this curse sort of forced her to break. Whereas Kesh is so much more bendy where it comes to that sort of shit, and has lived a happier life for it.
What is it when you're not lawful good?
Chaotic good.
Chaotic?
Yeah, you're
Chaotic.
definitely chaotic good. Yeah.
Doing the right thing, even if I have to break the law to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But your talking to Nils was also really fun. You getting Nils on side
that's
for
right.
this mission was
I need a
fun.
posse.
And he's like, ooh, pick me. What are you doing this afternoon? Nothing right now. What do you want? Let's do it. Tara says, hey, you want to break into that house for me?
I put a little image in the Discord for those who can't see it. There's an image of all the Red Dead Redemption 2 characters walking up to the house, and I literally pictured that as the posse and Kesh walk up.
Like, hey, do you want to commit a break and enter?
The house is not quite that fancy, but basically, yes. And lovely. All right, Karen, favorite self. Do you want to burn that house down for me? Not now. Hating all the paperwork, says Bishop Blood.
I really enjoyed remembering that I could getting something to use the gaseous form for. Because I've had that ability for fucking ages.
Yeah.
And I've never really had an opportunity where it was convenient. And then I was like,
Let's go.
wait, I need to be both invisible and able to fly. Well, more or less invisible. Technically, they can see like a little
Misty outline of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a misty cloud, so they wouldn't see me if they did spot me. They would see a cloud in their house,
Yes.
wandering around.
Thing to see here. Just a
Just an innocent little cloud.
Just a cloud sticking its semi-corporeal head through furniture. Alrighty.
But the other thing I really enjoyed was casting Hunter's Mark on the beach.
Yes.
I was
love
literally like,
Jack's
we have
reaction
no way
to
of
those.
tracking it.
Oh, that's fucking smart. Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I love that.
I hadn't thought of that before. I was like, oh, we'll just follow the bee. And then the bee came out. I'm like, fuck, how are we going to follow it?
We had the same thought at the same time. Yeah. Exactly right.
So many
that was very
rolls.
fun.
But then coming in clutch when it mattered as well. That intelligence check, I was like, how do I feed them this? Because they're going to have to go back. It'll be another 20 minutes. I have to ask the girl again. Only more
They're
violently.
the fucking rolls tonight.
Yeah.
Just...
Cool. Alrighty. Well, then now we need a favorite Jack moment, everybody, because I imagine a D1 will be rolled in chat very soon. So, favorite Jack moments.
There were lots.
Yeah, there were
but,
a few. Yeah.
The first one I wrote down was when Stroud basically says, well, if you want to get the kids out of Barovia, you must drink a drop of blood from the goblet.
A drop? I'm having the entire fucking thing. Fuck you.
I didn't get the exact wording, but it was essentially, I'm going to drink it, but I'm not going to blow smoke up your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
I think it was. I'm not going to blow up your smoke up your ass, sir. Like
Behind, sir. Yeah.
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 Yes, you're behind, sir. It was so polite and
Yeah.
so savage,
polite
and then
and
just chugged the
respectful,
whole
and
thing.
really not. Yeah.
Yep.
That was delightful. Like I like to think of you walking through the portal, just
Yeah, I mean, I tossed the goblet behind me,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was.
Crispin
that
Crunch
was,
says
that
all
was
of
not.
the Bela Lugosi stuff. Bishop says shaking after the fact. I was going to say
Yeah.
yes. Hello, good evening. I am.
I am definitely
I
not
did
an
not
intimidating
know
vampire.
where you were going with that, but I was just like, where's this? Like, oh, what? But also,
leaving, and then we hear, Izzy, where's my cape?
yes, that was great. Tara says, I have like 12 for Smoothie, but I'll narrow it down to 2. First of all, the very heart-wrenching trauma response after leaving Barovia. Second, the whole bit on the front door of the cape and the accent. Yep. The first had me feeling for him, the second made me giggle so much. Seeing this chat stolen it like 4 or 5 times, I think
Yeah.
also worthy to note the, oh god, I've got to go back. At the end.
Yeah.
Itself?
Poor fucker. Yeah. His complicated joy about being back in the wood. He said more than once, I really miss this place.
Yeah.
And he deep down probably wished this took longer.
Yeah. Well, you still got to find
Find
a way
something
back.
else for you to do if you want.
Yeah, I'm sure you could, but you know, so that I was saying this to the crew off camera, but that it's going to be this is kind of his last chance to kind of, like if you're watching the movie or reading the story, you're like, no, just go, dude. Like you did what you had to do. You're 17, go. But it's not how the story's going to go. So so that is a lovely little tragedy that I'm enjoying kind of writing. I feel for the character, but it feels it feels good, and having that reuniting with Sarah was really cute. So all of that stuff, stuff around being back.
The kids
Yeah.
are adorable.
Lying to Sarah about coming back, says Bishop Blood. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He didn't think he's
He may well not.
he's not convinced.
He doesn't need
Yeah.
to go back there to get back. So, lovely. Well, guys, thank you very much.
One last Jack moment was also recognizing Kesh's voice.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I really loved how you did that.
yeah.
It is
yeah.
fun to have. It was really fun to have the two of you. Two interesting characters, 2 characters that are delightfully similar in several ways that have never gotten to share a screen time, and yeah, very, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we
Yeah.
should probably draw the giveaway! ! Ticket in chat. You quickly, and then be on our ways. So, guys, who the absolute heck have you been this evening? While people type ! Ticket in chat. Jack, who the heck are you?
Hello, my name is Jack O'Brien. You can find me at www.dungeonmasterforhire.com.au for all of your pro GM needs. You can also find me on all the social media garbage and on Twitch at Jack Squarepeg, where we are running a modern day Call of Cthulhu Part 2 coming this Thursday. It's an adventure called Forget Me Not by the lovely folks at Stygian Fox. It's very hardcore, it's very adult, but make sure you check in to see if our investigators remember who the fuck they are and why they can't remember a damn thing. So, yes.
I saw a little snippet, and it was quite upsetting. I
told
I was like, "Oh, that's fucked."
Yeah, I told my crew. Yeah, well, that's directly from the adventure, pretty much. And I told my crew, I find this confronting, and they're like, "Oh no," because I'm a
You're the
horror GM. like that's kind of my job to read this shit. I'm just like, Well,
And Terrace believes
see
you
how
are
we
a
go.
great GM, which, I mean, I've
Oh, that's
experienced it
awesome.
and I would second.
That's
Cool.
very kind. Thank you very much. So yes, find me there on those things.
Marvellous. Karen, who the heck are you?
Hello, I am Karen, sometimes known as the Mother of Bunny. I'm a performer, a writer, an internet addict. You can find me over on Corsair's Cove, usually on Tuesday nights playing Baldur's Gate 3, where I'm either the fearless god of murder or an absolute panicked mess because I triggered a combat that was a lot bigger than I was expecting. And occasionally I blow things up with fireworks because why the hell not? You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links are in chat, or you can listen to the There Be Dragons podcast, where I play Ryland Westfall, who's a dragonborn badass with a badass axe.
And an axe to grind. And Mesdames, Messieurs, Dame und Herren, and beings of indeterminate gender and persuasion, I be Josh the Pirate. You can find me here on my channel, Corsair's Cove, where I run D&D and other RPG-related games with my lovely wife Karen, the mother of bunnies, and all my splendid friends, including Jack, who will be back in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to have Smoothie is going to get another little breaklet while he goes and finds a totem. Next week, we will be having a two-person adventure with Selenox and Trish. And Trish will be interrupted every now and again by messages from Smoothie, which is going to be super fun.
I should record it.
Yes.
I'll record it for you. I'll look through the VOD and I'll record it for
I'll
you.
just
so
pull
you
it
can
out of
play
the VOD.
it
It's
whenever.
easy. I can do it.
Oh, good idea.
Yeah,
Let's do
I'll
that.
just do that. That's a great idea, but I love that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. The only danger there is that she may respond differently than the way I did when I was her. But yeah, that's still fun.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Bye. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not even listening.
Doesn't do me any good. I can't respond again. If you like my majestic voice, but you think I can stand to tone the face down a bit as well, you can check me out on the podcast There Be Dragons, where I play the infamous and deadly pirate Scan Felspar and his little dragon, Rush. Otherwise, I'm here. I will probably be over on the Law Rights channel in June for some more Vason. And other than that,
I'll be there too.
Yeah,
Hey!
sweet. Oh, you've been added. Yes. So we get to play with Terrace and the bunch. And Jack, not Jack, yes, Jack, but also Zach. That was the one I was looking for. Zach and Jess, which is what I did. I combined Jess and Zach and got Jack. That's how that happened.
Humble Jacks.
Humble Jacks, and the other ones that aren't humble. And Karen will be there as well. It's going to be a great time. Leighton is excited to meet the new person. Ansfrid is less so, but he'll accept you just fine. So, guys, we will go away from here. But before we do that, we need to close the giveaway. It's happening now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I counted up. Let's draw the winner. Tony Karlstrom wins. Yay! Tony, you won. I will send it to you in the Discord, mate. We have a Discord if you want to come hang out with us there. That one there. We've got the YouTube if you want to check out any of the episodes you may have missed. It's rather good. And we've got all the socials. You can check out those as well. Trollor Games provided the giveaway. Here's the link for all their shite. It's not shite, it's excellent, it's really good, but it's stuff there, you can check it out. And also we are affiliated with Wooten Forge. I don't shill, but I do have bills, so go and check out wootenforge.com/Corsairs Cove. And now we need to go and find someone to raid. Guys, the choices are Mike Moans or Agent Number 1, and Agent's got more viewers than Mike. So we will drop a raid on Mike! Which is unusual, actually.
Mike.
So we'll just go and say hi to Mike Moans. Mike's a lovely chap. He's a mini painter from Manchester. So show them the love. Tell them where you came from. And we will see you same bad time, same bad channel tomorrow night for some more Baldur's Gate 3. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye!
Goodbye.
Whee!